Literally. I died right away, but I ain't watching it with a whack chat. Oh my goodness gracious. It is a nice documentary. Get that right. And it's a documentary. Okay, why did chat up? Oh my goodness, let me fix that. What? How do I get rid of the chat? Okay, I don't know how to get rid of the chat. Okay. Oh my god.
Documentary of what?
Documentary of what? It's like the documentary of my team. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay. Does it look good? Hey, it looks good. Looks good. Tell me if you hear it good. Let's see. Let's see.
That's trash not watching by.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Why are you ignoring Death Killer? Oh my god. Turn the volume. Let me watch this.
Why are you ignoring Death Killer?
Ignoring Death Killer. Okay, I'm supposed to be... New Fall Guys audio? Wait. Y'all hear it? Wait, oh my god, no! Oh my god, let me see. Wait, let's see. I didn't know it was even playing.
But lads, we're gonna be talking about all of it. The highs, the lows. Get your popcorn out. This video is gonna be well hour, lads. And also, lads, please subscribe. We're trying to get to 300k as soon as possible. But anyway,
follow me too.
Let's get on to it.
You can't even hear it? You can't hear it? Let me turn it up. Let me turn it up real quick. Oh my god, no. Turn it up a little bit.
We actually got our first news in September, which was kind of crazy because the game was coming out on September the 9th.
Let's see.
The 10th, which was absolutely
Why do you want to watch this to complain? Okay.
Oh
my goodness.
And for us,
like,
a lot of people were hyped.
You know, it's react.
A lot of people got hyped on the gimmicks.
Can't hear it? You can't hear. I need to know if y'all can hear it first. So like, because when I upload it, y'all gotta hear it. So.
Holographic. And honestly,
let me know if you can hear it or not.
I'm not really gonna blame them that much. I called it as
Turn
it was.
It up. Why is it so low?
They were gimmicks. But
okay,
the big thing
I don't know why it's so low.
The 100 came out. TTO the 100.
Good now? I mean, it's almost at the freaking max.
An entire game mode for the vast majority of players. That was what I was really worried about.
Turn my mic down.
And I was really worried reading the dev blog that My Team Unlimited and My Team Limited were the same. So My Team Limited had the same issue.
Okay, let's watch it from the start. He didn't really mention anything. But
it was a year where I just felt, in general, looking back on it, that there was not too many super
this so cringy. Let's just forget the game, not talk about it more.
I will say, as far as just games working,
the code's on the screen now.
Better
just to let y'all know the code's on the
screen. That's
screen.
probably the biggest compliment I'm
the code
is
literally on the screen.
Not a bad middle to the year, not a bad start, not a bad middle, but the last season was absolutely horrendous. But lads, we're going to be talking about all of it. The highs, the lows. Get your popcorn out. This video is going to be well over an hour, lads. And also, lads, please subscribe. We're trying to get to 300k as soon as possible. But anyway, let's get on to it.
Put that video higher. Should be better.
So the pre-launch period actually, in fact, came very, very late to NBA 2k22. We actually got our first news in September, which was kind of crazy because the game was coming out on September the 9th, or September the 10th, which was absolutely nuts. Like, we genuinely heard nothing until the last week before the game. And for us, a lot of people were hyped on certain things. A lot of people got hyped on the gimmicks. There was a new draft mode, which actually ended up being very flawed. And a lot of people were hyped on the gimmicks of grading cards and holographic. And honestly, I'm not really going to blame them that much. I called it as it was in the first dev blog, they were gimmicks. But the big thing was that the 100 came out. TTO the 100, a basic concept that ruined an entire game mode for the vast majority of players. That was what I was really worried about. And I was really worried reading the dev blog that My Team Unlimited and My Team Limited were the same. So My Team Limited had the same issue where if you miss 1 week out of 6, you basically may as well just give up the game. A lot of other, like, again, the shoe creator was an okay concept, but again, I felt it was a gimmick. Logos, I mean, about 3 solo My Team guys got logos this year. But one thing I was really annoyed about was the draft. Because you guys can see from FIFA, if you guys have played any other mode, there's a clear way how to do the draft and how not to do it. How to do the draft is what every other game does, and how not to do the draft is what NBA2k did in NBA2k18. And they still have some obsession with not giving you an actual choice. So the draft basically became a random team mode. You had to pick 2 of every 3 cards you flipped. So it wasn't like a draft where you flipped 5 at the one time and picked 1. You had to flip every card individually. I don't understand what the purpose was. It made absolutely no sense. And basically they made pack and playoffs 2 instead of a draft mode because it wasn't. Then we got the game, well, the game launched, and Aiden Ross fired up stream before anyone was given the right to stream, before any embargoes were lifted. But because it was Aiden Ross and he had 50,000 people watching him, 2K then lifted the embargo on everybody. We saw straight away that we were getting some like half-decent Dom rewards. Like Bob Cousy had been the 95 overall exchange reward from NBA 2k21, so we knew he was going to be alright. We knew Draymond is always a good card in early 2k. Again, his diamond was just god in NBA 2k20, so we were all very, very excited. So, yeah, I was really happy. And then we saw the entire set for Colossal. We saw a lot of new rookies. We then saw that there were so many, and I mean so many cards for collector level. Like every 50 cards you got something, which was cool because last year
I forgot honestly what that Danny Granger even had, but continue.
It was like 2,000 and 4,000. That was it. We saw the token awards. Were we that excited? Well, for me, just looking at this, I wasn't really. I knew the LL was going to be okay, but I wasn't the most excited about the Pink Time token awards. And then we were all just hawking Shake and Bake's Twitter, waiting for Shake to go and tweet things out, because I had no idea who was streaming at this time. It was like 5 o'clock in the morning for me, and people were just streaming and posting a bunch of things. So yeah, it was an interesting kind of end period, and honestly, I was excited booting up my team. I was really excited booting up my team.
What do you mean?
So this was more so something that we hadn't seen in other years. The game worked at launch, and that's one of the big things that I want to give 2K props for, because this was the first time they were like, they literally shut down their support, their like live chat, because
you gotta give them credit for making the game work. I don't know about that. Okay, I disagree with that, but
well, they thought it was gonna be overwhelmed. But this was the first time that a game really worked at launch. And that's one of the things I gotta give 2K props for throughout NBA 2K22 is the game tended to work. Servers dropped at a like less this year than ever before. We had less like game-breaking things wrong. Heck, like the biggest thing that I think we could say 2K just completely screwed up on was what they did last Friday, like 3 days ago, when they released a Luka Doncic card and they gave the complete wrong Luka card out as level 40 award. Other than that, I think it was a pretty solid year that actually started off on a half-decent note. So anyway, yeah, that is the pre-2K period. Now on to Season 1. So the game started off, and I, just like most people, started trying to do a lot of new things. I was looking for holo cards in the auction house, but I logged into this game very early. Had a New Zealand copy of the game. So yeah, there was nobody really online when I was online, so there was no real cards on the auction house. But one thing I did that a lot of people did was I graded cards. Something that I thought was...
Goodness freaking gracious. You're not even giving me a chance to like hear what he's saying. I'm literally hearing what he's saying. Goodness gracious. I'll react to it later. Goodness freaking gracious. On a daddy game. Oh my god. We're back to Fall Guys. Goodness gracious. I'll request. I'll react to all stream. And it'll be a W, which I can do it. Like, my goodness gracious. I'm just trying to watch it. Like, fine, let's make a poll right now. Let's make a poll. I can't react to something like I'm not even giving them time to speak and say what it is. To say what it is. I also don't want the video to be like 2 hours. Even though, like, the first point, we're ready on the first, you know, I disagree with the server thing. I feel like if you make the servers that way and it's been broke for 5 freaking years in a row, I don't think it deserves credit because you did it to 6. You get to 6. I mean, how many times we had the servers not work day one? Like 5-7 years in a row? I don't know. I wouldn't give them. I would give them more. I would say there's much more stuff to credit Like, yeah, okay, there's much more things to credit. But, fine, watch, documentary, or just okay, just play Fall Guys. Okay, I'm making a poll right now. Answer the poll real quick. Answer this poll. I'm just messing. You cool AF. Thank you on them. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Cause I'll just do it later. I can do later. Unless you want me to. Unless we can't. Good God, this DBG documentary last year, I think it had like almost 100K. A lot of people do watch it. A lot of people do watch this documentary. His documentary. Oh my God, he just fell the heck off. I just got disconnected. I like Fall Guy. If you don't play an like when I didn't play on Ethernet core, it was too delayed. It was like with too many people. Why can't you do both? That's what I was doing. I was literally playing both, and then people still got mad. I was literally playing I literally was just gonna play Fall Guys and just react to it. But like, I was literally doing both. I was literally just doing both, but then people still got mad at it. Nah, DBG's just cringe. How is DBG's cringe? I mean, 300. Give me here. I don't got 300,000 people subbed. He can't be that cringe. He can't be that cringe. But God, I hope one day my YouTube could be like that. Actually, I'm not even free. I just want like 20K. If I get 20K on my YouTube, honestly, that would be like a freaking goal. That would be like a goal, 20K. Does a good job with the year-end reviews, though. Facts. DBG played all year round. He's the perfect guy for the documentary. I would too, but I'm the worst speaker of all time. I can't pronounce things for barely an hour, and then we're basically, an hour later, it won't be no English no more. It'll be just, yeah, it won't be no English. Nobody wanna look back on another bad year of my team. You're not getting 20K with this thumbnails. What are you talking about? Your thumbnails are not that important as you make them seem. If you do good content, and you just gotta have engaging content that gets people coming back, and then that gets in the YouTube algorithm. That too. Okay, you have to have that, and you gotta have the one that gets it recommended. And then when you got the subs, that's when it starts really flowing. But you gotta get that recommended in the beginning, which is tough. Cause my grass video did good though. My grass video, bruh.
Stop listening to the abusive trolls, Carlo. They aren't funny.
Like, bruh, look, they wanna watch it. I'm trying to listen to it. Might lose a viewer soon. My goodness. My goodness gracious. Watch it by your spectating. Yeah, we're turning back on. We're turning it back on. My goodness gracious. My goodness gracious. I'm just spectating here anyways. It doesn't make a difference if I'm watching this or watching that. I'm still playing Fall Guys. Ain't like I'm not playing it. I'm still playing. I'm leaving to go watch it. We're turning it back freaking on. Okay, let's watch this.
Somewhat cool, and then I realized that there was no actual look to it. I think a few of the cards I sent in to be graded. I scored 21 points on 100% shooting that one game. Like, maybe that'll make a difference. Nope.
That's the only thing to be said.
Grading was random. And that was the biggest problem with this, is that first of all, grading just makes cards look ugly.
Also, cap on the end.
Some people like it. It's cool if every card's graded, but if not,
you can even
makes them all look ugly.
I think there
makes
is.
the cool card out look smaller.
Check and let me know
and yeah, it was something that we were interested in the day it came out. And for me, this was a complete, and I mean complete, gimmick in my team. And then we saw the duos actually updated badges, and this was a really cool concept. So you saw like this duo being used by a lot of people, the Steph Curry and Iguodala duo, especially because Steph was the only player that could Curry slide in this game. So you were looking at like Steph suddenly getting goal limitless range. And
next year,
in a time where badges,
for some reason they should like, if they bring back duos, they should kind of think.
Were kind of just hard to come by and expensive. This actually was really cool. This made duos probably bigger than they had ever been, and even though the potential was there for duos to be great, they really didn't make the most of it as the year went on. Wilt Chamberlain was the reward for MyTeam Unlimited. At this stage, you still needed to go 12-0 in Galaxy Opal with SBMM, but one of the good things was the SBMM had not been established on day one. So I know a lot of people that in the first 2 days before anyone's SBMM really got set, anyone played enough games to really get pushed into high SBMM, they got Wilt fairly easily. Wilt was kind of epitomized early game. Shooting didn't matter too much, although it was a lot easier to shoot than NBA2k21. Even Gold Darvin Ham was chick, but it was a big game of mashing and interior bigs dominated. So in general, the game launched with one of the most broken modes I have ever played, TTO the 100. Were the rewards good for going up the boards? Sure, yes they were. But there were the rewards were no better for
a year in review of us playing my team. It's a year review. It's like a review of all of us playing my team. Okay, we played all year. We made it through ups and the downs of season 8, the hard, the grit, the grind, the toil of it all. Yes, we made it this far. We made it that far, Skip. That's why.
For example, than TTO in NBA 2k21. And the big issue, they were like, oh, we want everyone to get a reward even if they lose all their games in TTO. But you got 1 ball drop total if you lost all your games in this new concept. But in this new concept, if you lost a nail biter, 27 to 25.
Look effing dumb. Okay, I'm not reacting to this on stream no more. Like, I'm just literally, oh my god. I'm just getting yelled at every second when I'm literally playing the game still. I'm literally listening to it. Like, and I'm still getting yelled at. Oh my goodness gracious. My god, can I stop getting yelled at every second? Oh my goodness gracious. You make it sound like there's not other people that want to actually stay on it. Like, yeah. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, back to the video.
If you were in a really close game, it was significantly worse than losing a game 21-0. If you went down 22-21, or somebody hit a shot to score 23 points on you, you had to quit the game.
I agree with DVG.
You straight up, you had to quit the game before the score registered because you would only lose 21 points. Winning and losing did not matter in this game mode. All that mattered is how many points you conceded. So if you faced off against a guy who wasn't very good at the game, you had to beat that guy 21-0. If they even scored 2 points, you would get angry. Again, I think my record while the 100 was a thing at one stage was 37-1. And I used to get so angry playing this game. It's the closest I've ever been. I've thrown a controller once. Thank God I didn't break it because I threw it against a chair. I've thrown a controller once in my life. And it was after winning a game 21-2 after being 19-2 up. Or being 19-0 up, and I could only concede 1 point. My opponent chucked the full court shot and it went in. And I nearly smashed my controller. Like, that was how just annoying it was. The draft mode was one of the modes where it was like, I actually enjoyed the draft mode anytime I played it. And there were a couple of reasons why I like draft mode. First of all, no SBMM, which was very, very fun. Because of SBMM, the people that like are in high SBMM, when you go into a no SBMM mode, it's just torching people. I thought the rewards were really good for playing the draft. I made a lot of MT in my 30-day series through the draft. And one thing, again, that I thought about it was, like, once I accepted that it's not a real draft mode, that, like, you don't actually really get a choice in your team. You just have to pick 2 of 3, and oftentimes, or in almost every time, there's no choice. You just pick their obvious choices every single time. So I kind of enjoyed playing mode. I think it was a garbage mode. And I stand by it. Like, it is the worst draft mode we've ever seen. Actually, second worst. Pack and Playoffs was the worst draft mode. But this was more like Pack and Playoffs 2.0. This was Pack and Playoffs, except you had a bench instead of just a starting lineup. So it was a slightly better version of Pack and Playoffs in 2K18. It was still a terrible draft mode as a draft mode, but in terms of gameplay, I did kind of enjoy it as the year went on. Then to start off the year, we did get the Colossal Packs. And the annoying thing was for me is that, like, yeah, these Colossal Packs were great, but like these Sapphires were better than the vast majority of Amethyst Day 1 cards. So like these promo cards.
If I literally have an idea, literally, look, let me tell you that I can't record it that way, Hayden, okay? Literally, if I do that, like, say I open up OBS, right, and I click record, I can't have my, face cam literally on that one, and have my face cam on this one. That's not how it freaking works. That's not how it actually works. Okay, literally, that's not how it works. Okay.
Cards were better than almost all the base set cards, and that shouldn't be the case on day one. We shouldn't get a promo card on day one, regardless what tier they are, that are better than like an Amethyst, that are better than all the other cards. Like the Rubies, that freaking Dame Loader was by far better than any of the point cards that you could get in the game, by far. I mean, like Goatmere Godson might have been like similar, but like that Dame was the best offensive player in the game, period. Because Dame Lillard behind the back at that stage was what Scotty behind the back is now. They then went and patched that. So there was a Shaq card that a lot of people really liked. The only issue was that his stamina was about 15. He got Gatorade symbol in 2.5 minutes, but he was the only player to set screen, because at this stage in the game you couldn't connect on the screen. And then there was also a Luka Doncic event card. IJ Josh was the first person to get him. We all thought this card was a bum. I'm not gonna lie, we all thought he was a bum. No one realized that Luka couldn't be contested on next gen for quite a while, and everyone who used him on current gen was like, this guy's release is absolutely worthless. Everyone who used him on next gen was like, oh, this guy just doesn't move right, he's a bum. But no, if we'd known that, we all would have got him. Then we got some really good cards from RNG. We got Ron Boone for TT Offline, who was really good. We got what's his name, Glenn Robinson for the draft, who was really good. And we also got Gus Gerard, who was one of the best power forwards in the game. These three cards were really good. The problem is they were RNG, and you weren't guaranteed getting them. The most one of the people got was Gus. A lot of people had him. And then there was Kyrie Irving. As far as token rewards went, while Serge Ibaka was by far the best of the token rewards, and Kyrie Irving may not have even been the best Amethyst, he just moved better than anyone else. And a lot of people cooked with Kyrie Irving. A lot of really good players scored a lot of their points. I remember playing against JB, and he torched me with Kyrie Irving. And you guys can see there a rare clip of the Kyrie Irving behind the back for his patch.
The only time
that behind the back wasn't too bad, and now Kyrie Irving's behind the back is literally one of the worst behind the backs in the game.
Don't respond.
Then we have their domination rewards. For me, by far the best of these is Bob Pettit, a guy who was in my squad till like literally November. But I think Bob Cousy was a nice card as well. I think Draymond, especially early on in the game, was good. I think TJ Warren was someone who had really good stats but sucked in game. Richie Garren was alright, and Jamal Wilkes, man, that card just sucked. Let's not talk about Jamal Wilkes. Then they announced primetime packs. These were packs that were released at a completely different time. 4 p.m. Eastern time, primetime. I assumed that this concept didn't work out well because they scrapped it after season 2, but I went into panic mode because I thought every pack was going to be released now, which would have been awful for me. And a few days later, we got the shooting Mutombo. 2K basically said, you know what, 1 week into the game, screw realism, we're going to make the Dikembe Mutombo a shooter. Yeah, and I mean that. They literally made a shooting Dikembe 1 week into the game in what was one of the most overpowered drops we have ever seen. So first of all, that goal Joe Ingles, if you didn't Evo, was one of the best goal cards in the game. You got a ridiculously OP Duncan Robinson for his time because he had a god tier shot and he had a release on quick. You had Darius Miles, who was one of the best small forwards in the game, period. James Worthy, who was super effective because post spinning was so good in that game, at this time, and he could do it. He had goal post spin. You had Fred VanVleet, who was one of the better point guards in the game. You had Kawhi, who was the best lock in the game. You had D Rose, who still had the D Rose left right before the left right was patched, and then big Dikembe Mutombo, who was by far, he was literally just Will Chamberlain with a jump shot. This is this will go down for me as one of the best batches of cards for the year. Just kind of forgotten about because of how early it was, but every card here was good except for Peja, who sucked. Peja was awful. And then Aiden Ross.
I missed it.
Why is Aiden Ross on screen? Aiden Ross went and played my team.
Underrated card.
And he spent a grand total of $1,500. $1,500 for
Why
Derrick
was
Rose,
there a poll
and
if you
never
didn't
got
even do
Derrick
what the
Rose.
poll wanted?
He never got him. He got multiple Dikembe Mutombos, who was more
doing
expensive than Derrick Rose, but he spent $1,500
I am
specifically
playing
on a
Fall
Derrick Rose
Guys.
and didn't get him. So that
What do
basically,
you mean?
again, for me, it just
D-Rose
sums
was
up
so
the way
good.
my
That
team
D-Rose
was. Like,
was
people
good.
really were not happy.
I missed
People were
out
really
on
not happy.
King.
And for me, I don't think buying packs early in the year is smart. I actually really think that is one of the least smart things you can do. There's no need to buy packs early in the year, especially, is where you can more than survive if you're no money spent. But Aiden Ross summed it up, like, start of the year, not even getting a dime.
We can barely hear you. BC, the vid is so loud.
Absolutely crazy.
Okay,
Then we got the next Monday,
saying the
a
video
really interesting concept that we
was
never
so
saw
low.
after season
Tell
1.
me if
I
it's
really
better
liked it.
now.
So it was
Good,
the
dang
Lifetime
it.
Agenda Awards, and you basically got 3 different versions of Daryl
Tell me if
Griffin.
it's good now.
So you got the Emerald. then you
Video
had to do a
sucks,
bunch
you
of things
suck,
with the
stream
Emerald to
sucks,
get a
can
Ruby,
barely even
and then you
hear
had
you,
to do a
bro.
bunch
It's
of
just
things with the
this
Ruby
weird
to
voice
get the
Warito
diamond.
in
So
my
basically,
ears.
it was like an
Oh my
Evo card, but
goodness
you got different
gracious.
cards along the way. A little bit like what FIFA did in, well, it did it more so in FIFA 21. It was a really cool concept. I really wish we saw more of it.
They didn't
And
do
this
it
Daryl
after
Griffin
that.
card was
I remember that
that
Darnell Griffin.
He was
all right.
easily in like the top 6 or 7 shooting guys in the game. Because he had that base 40 release. He dunked really well. He was a good defender. Didn't come with a lot of
He was
badges.
actually
Though.
okay
It
dart.
was a bit of a problem. Didn't even come with like quick
That was
first
actually
steps.
a
You
fun
did have to give him
bit
some
too. I was
badges,
saying the
but
bits. I mean
he
the
was
bits.
again a
He was
really
getting yelled
nice
at
card.
with this
And
guy
it was a cool
going 2 hour
concept.
studs.
Then we got signature series.
That's that.
So these cards
your
in
Sari
game were
lock-in is
they
the
were meh, they
stupidest
were
thing.
okay. But the big thing was that
Literally.
this Larry Bird card, we all thought when we saw Original Owner, we thought there was going to be some like event for him. So we knew
Would've
he
been
came
cool.
from events. We knew that much. And we thought that when we heard event cards, we were like, oh my god, event, they're going to be like, you're going to be able to grind for Larry Bird
See,
this week. It's going
facts,
to
if
be the
you
coolest
could
thing
grind
ever.
for Larry Bird, it
So
would've
we
been a
all were
W.
fully expecting this
Would've
Larry
been a
Bird card to be like
W.
grindable. And we were all super excited. And then
nah.
it turned out that the event
You had to
was
get
literally
bump
just
collectibles.
cards in packs. It was an event card that you could buy. You couldn't earn any of these event cards.
I'm
which
gonna
was
be gone
extremely
all
annoying.
week, dummy.
Not a
Studs,
single
no, you're modding my chat. Studs.
Person was happy with this, and literally throughout the year, there was not a single as far as I'm aware, you couldn't earn event cards for any players except for the mural for Vince Carter. That was the only earnable event card. Then we got ML Carr and Ron Hart, or say
Event
Ron
card
Harper
could have
and
been a lot
Louis
better.
Dampier.
They like just
ML
stopped
Carr
event
was
card.
a
I'm pretty sure
complete
Amari
lockdown
was the last
defender.
event card.
He replaced Gus.
Oh
I
yeah,
actually
join
think
up
that
on
was
the
a very
Fall
good
Guys
player to replace
lobby.
Gus with, even though Gus is probably better. ML
ML
was a
Carr
beast.
was decent. He had
And
nice
then we
release.
got not Ron Harper, Louis Dampier. I don't know why I'm reading it as Ron Harper. Louis Dampier replaced Ron Boone. Ron Boone was a beast. Louis Dampier was a scrub. He was
Boone.
terrible. He could not play.
Boone
He
was
was
the
a
beginning of the year.
bona fide scrub. He was so
I remember
so
good
bad.
old Louis.
Later on that week, 2K
I wish I could
advertised that they were
show
going to
it.
be
You
giving
know,
us
I had
Dunktober packs. They were like
SpongeBob in the
September to
thumbnail, like
Dunktober,
Louis
and we
Dampier.
were like,
Do you
okay,
remember
what are they
that?
going to give us
Anyone in
in
chat
the
remembers?
packs?
Press 1 if you.
They then showed
remember.
Dirk, and we're like, dominate with the dunking Deutschmann. I have never heard of a German being referred to as a Deutschmann before. I've heard that as a surname. I've never actually heard. Maybe I'm wrong with that, but basically I thought that there was going to be some sort of like
Well, you're gonna
Evo
finish
concept
7-2.
where you could
Dirk
Evo
Nowitzki.
Dirk Nowitzki into being a dunker.
Yeah,
They
like,
also
I do
advertised there
remember
was
that.
going
Those
to
cards,
be
no,
like
I remember.
multiple
I think it was
pink diamonds. So
Cam
like, I was
Reddish
there
in
like
that.
kind of expecting
Kareem and
Dirk to have like a
Duncan
high
had
dunk
nothing to do with
rating.
dunking.
But it turned out that no, Dirk Nowitzki
And
had
Oscar
like
Robertson,
a
right?
45 dunk.
Why the
They were
heck
giving
did
us
they
3
even
pink
call it
diamonds,
dunk?
which
I
was
don't
kind
know.
of crazy because at this stage in the game, I don't think we had seen a pink diamond in packs, so I never felt like there was a reason
That
why
cream sucked too,
we
man.
had to go from no
But
pink diamond
Tobo
to
was so much ahead of his
3 in
time.
1
He's
pack.
better than everybody.
Dunktober was here, not a great pack, to be honest. Like Donovan Mitchell and Josh Smith were the 2 best until we found out about the god that was Dunktober Jokic, but we didn't figure out about him for a while. Kareem was
Kobe was
okay.
good.
Vince could shoot. Vince was chick. Kobe was alright. The only problem was is I don't understand. Like most of these guys couldn't dunk. It was really confusing. Like Giddy wasn't a good dunker. Schroeder literally couldn't dunk in game. I never understood why this was called Dunktober. Like a bunch of these guys literally could not dunk. Level 40 Pink Diamond Melo came out. I think Cobra Phenom was the first person to get this card. And Melo was just really solid. Like he was a card that you could legitimately use till Season 3, Season 4 as a cone. He wasn't like the be-all and end-all best player in the game when he came out. It wasn't like he was just absolutely like torching people, but he was good. We got limited warm-up rewards throughout this season. Again, Like, we got them in Season 1, we got them in Season 2.
Word, I forgot.
I'm not really going to overhype. I think we even got them in Season 3, but some of them were good. Like, Corey Kispert was really good for his time, but that was really it. Like, what's it? Dennis Smith Jr. was good, but...
I forgot what the heck those... Oh, wait, those are the ones that give you your players. I remember them. They were pointless. Who the heck... Yeah, and then we didn't even get a gold spotlight challenge for these cards. I think I do remember. Like, yeah, they were all pointless. What was the point of these?
Flash 2 then came in. Anthony Davis, Isaiah Thomas, who was by far the best point guard in the game. And a lot of good cards. Like, even this Jay Crowder was a nice 3-and-D card. Tyrese Halliburton could move a little bit with Shifty. I didn't like Dominique. Scotty was a beastly defender.
Tyrese was
and
good.
this was after they patched Scotty Pippen behind the back to turn it into what used to be Dame, which is aka Pro 3. AD was a card that I didn't like because he couldn't rebound, but a lot of people really liked him. So we got a lot of really good cards in this batch as well. And then we got what I thought was the coolest concept was if you won 5 eliminate games, you got James Harden. You got James Harden himself. This was one of the best cards, period, in this game. In my opinion, probably the best shooting guard in all of my team. He was just tough to stop.
Are you so far
he had
back
like the Harden shuffle. He had
chat.
unblockable dunks. He had his release, even though it was on normal timing, it was still not easy to stop. There was a reason why people were so hyped on that, like Opal Harden.
I did not use that Harden.
This card was basically the only difference between this card and the Diamond Harden was that the Diamond Harden had like every badge of this card had like silver, the Diamond had gold. And you couldn't. This was like a 2K20 card where you couldn't add badges to him at all. So like every other glitch card could get any badge in the game. Like that was the thing with glitch cards. Oh, you can give them any badge in the game, but like he was a glitch card. You couldn't give him any, which was the complete opposite. But this Harden for free card was a ridiculously good free card, and something that again I wish we got more of on Fridays. Just grind for a card. They then went and released limited edition, which was like guaranteed.
Why is he not showing the game? Okay, understand. How the heck would I get the video if it's not on the screen? Ah, that should be self-explanatory.
There was going to be like 6 inserts throughout the weekend. There was going to be 8 total pink diamonds, which again was kind of crazy because at this stage of the game, we had 4 pink diamonds. Like there was either 4 or maybe 5 pink diamonds. I think maybe one of the Tuesdays had a pink diamond, but you were getting pretty much doubling, even nearly trebling the total count of pink diamonds in the game.
I love that
pink diamonds in the game.
Like
from just these.
That Joel Embiid was amazing, and people underrate him. I just gotta say that he was amazing.
Then to end the season, we did go and get our limited reward. And this is another one where it's like just like Luka Doncic. Had we just known how glitchy Devin Booker was,
after this, yeah.
Like Devin Booker was one of those players that like nobody really used. He didn't have great stats, didn't have great badge.
You know I gotta say something about Devin Booker. Skip. I wish if you're in chat right now, if I can go back in time and use Devin Booker in 250K, go back in time and go back and get limited Booker, I would have been on the Booker train so much earlier. So much freaking earlier. I would have grinded for this card way earlier. This card was a freaking demigod. Facts. This card was AIDS. When I played against Skip, he was freaking AIDS. Like, literally AIDS. Oh no, Sally got whooped.
Everyone's getting cooked by him. He couldn't play any defense, but what Devin Booker could do is he just had this really quick release, and he just became really hard to contest. So this is the first player that we were like, we don't understand why this guy is so hard to guard. Like, he shouldn't. He couldn't really dribble. He had a release that a lot of other players had, but he was just tough to stop. I got him on my account. I felt he was a pretty good card. I didn't really use him that much. I didn't really use him in my squad because he couldn't play defense. I preferred like using an ML card, but I got cooked so many times by this Devin Booker, and I know a lot of people got cooked by Devin Booker.
Facts.
He was just that effective in game.
He's a god for a reason. The god's on the screen.
Glitchy shots, not really.
Spam up the Devin Booker emote.
We then got another one of
the
lifetime agenda cards in Daryl Dawkins. Say not Daryl Dawkins, DeAndre Jordan. We got DeAndre Jordan.
Ain't just chatting. Okay, very fun. Very freaking funny.
Shoot at the center position. And that was
put the game under under Fall Guys.
He was basically like almost identical stats with Wilt with a worse player build.
Put it under 2K22.
This guy was a damn beast.
It's technically well, no, it's technically Fall Guys.
Now we are on to season 2. The devlog. Literally the only things that I cared about were the fact that they had changed Unlimited. so that you'd no longer have to go
Technically
12-0.
speaking,
You
I
had to
just,
go
you know,
12-4, which is a really cool concept.
I can't say it's not
Yeah,
Fall
the
Guys. I
SBMM
mean, literally,
completely tightened up.
Fall
You guys played
Guys,
this
eh?
mode. You
2
guys know
seconds.
Season 2 was the worst for SBMM. And they also changed
Fall
100,
Guys.
which was huge. Sure, there was new domination. Sure,
Yeah,
there
but
were
make
a few
that the
gimmicks,
title.
but
Reacting
for
DBG
Season
while
2,
playing
those big
Fall
things were the
Guys.
biggest changes. They
Wait, what
launched
was this?
Season 2 with
Okay, that was
the
okay.
current
I
Series
remember
2
these
set.
foam cards.
Again, or current set. Not a great set of cards.
These cards
And
should
that's
drop
one
at the
of the
beginning
things that
of
I'm
the year.
disappointed about. Like, 2K can very easily make these cards good by just making them the equivalent of their... Not even the equivalent, just give them a few gold badges, give them a few half badges. These cards always suck. I don't understand why. There's no reason... Like, I understand them not being as good as promo cards, but they don't need to suck as much as they do. Like, they didn't suck this badly in, like, 2K19. Heck, they weren't even this bad when they were, like, Sapphires in 2K18. Then we got a signature series drop for Curry.
Before you review this card, a lot of people like that Curry. That Curry was freaking garbage. Dwight Howard couldn't shoot a three-pointer. Dwight had a nice player build, but he couldn't shoot a three-pointer. Jaylen Brown was the only good player in this set. Just really facts. Devin Mason was alright. He was annoying to grind XP for. Dwight Howard sucked. And, you know, he was average. Bruce Bowen was average, and he was average. Jaylen Brown was the best player in the set, facts.
I felt that this was one of the most disappointing drops of the year. Again,
Yeah,
they
agree.
gave us a
Let's
Dwight
go.
Howard. That was an event card. What was the event? Open packs for cards. Rewards-wise, the lower rewards weren't the greatest in my opinion. I genuinely didn't feel that. Like, there were some good cards, obviously, and again, in packs, Jaylen Brown was pretty good.
That Kevin Martin. That's
Nothing really on the way to level 40.
Kevin Martin.
I felt was good at all, but we did get Paul Silas.
Kevin.
Beast.
Kevin.
The only issue was he was rare Terry. This year, no one else.
Egghead KG
Gary Payton was the best
actually
unlimited
decent.
reward we had maybe seen since NBA2k.
Gary Payton was overrated. I think every
20
guy's
Glenn
that
Rice.
problem, but he was.
And
he
then
was
Kevin
overrated.
Garnett was a good level 40. I didn't like him, but no, he was a
I agree.
really good card. A lot of people had a lot of success with him. While I wasn't the biggest fan, he was good. We then got
You like popcorn?
a
I
kind
don't
of
like
gimmick
popcorn.
thing, but it was cool. The player coaches. It would have been funny if Allen Iverson had been like dressed like this out on the court. That would have been cool. But player coaches were in the game. Were they something that mattered?
So
No.
enhanced.
Was it an interest? Was it a gimmick? Yes. Was it an interesting gimmick? Sure. I'm not going to complain about it. The video on it got me a lot of views, so I can't complain. Showdown rewards came out, and my god, they were worse than anyone thought. So a lot of people thought you were going to get actually good rewards for Showdown. Sure, you got 15,000 XP for Season 3, which at that time, 15,000
rewards
XP
are down bad.
really mattered. Like 15,000 XP from like Season 5 onwards was nothing, but that really did matter for Season 3. And then after Showdown, we got like...
The fact that we're
a
getting
lot of voters just-
15,000 XP now, like, since people are gonna have it for the pre-order, I wonder are they still gonna do Showdown next year? I wonder, because like, are they really gonna let people get 30,000 XP on the first day? Maybe. I don't know.
Nothing.
Just a thought.
Like,
Just a thought.
Donovan Mitchell. I'm pretty sure everyone got Donovan Mitchell or another Amethyst. Like, they couldn't even give a diamond out. Like, I thought they should have given a pink diamond out for Showdown, not gonna lie, but they couldn't even give a diamond. It was a freaking Season 1
Fix your collar.
Amethyst
What
was the
y'all
player
mean
card. So
by my
Showdown was for me
collar?
a massive disappointment. I felt that there was absolutely no reason for anyone to do Showdown.
Oh, that's
unless
my
they
tweet!
really
Hey, I
did
made the
enjoy
video!
grinding the game to grind the game. Sure,
Cheer
you got
me
two extra
on!
half badges, but they weren't worth that.
Hey!
They then released NBA Moments cards
I
and
made
they
the
gave
video. I
through
just
the
have to
primetime
do it,
packs,
yeah.
which was kind of interesting concept. Again, one of these
Real
moments cards
quick,
is
real quick.
27,000
I
MT
made
right
the
now.
video. I had to do it.
But
I had to do it.
Prime Time kind of got a little bit of a boost. A lot of people, more people were opening those packs because of the Moments cards, which did make it kind of interesting. They released masked cards for Halloween.
But
Again, a gimmick. And this is one of the things I have with this year, is that nearly all the things they did were gimmicks. And if you're someone that really likes these type of gimmicks, then more power to you. Like, things like grading cards, putting masks on cards, signature signed, putting a signature on a card, making the same card twice. Power Within,
he
making
was
the same
nice.
card twice. Like, so much of this year has just been gimmicks.
I love dropping the same
And
card
I've
100
not been a
times.
big fan of the just gimmickification of my team without actually changing anything to mode, just throwing gimmicks at us and hoping we like them. A lot of people did like the mask concept, and I think that might just be me. So then this was a really cool concept that I wish they did more of.
Wire collar
So we got
match your
essentially
headband.
moments cards. Basically, if they hit a certain thing, they ended up getting an Evo. So the only thing with Tyler Hero was that neither of these guys had Evos. Tyler Hero hit 3
All
points in
these
the
were
first
useful.
quarter,
They
and no one
didn't
lost
ever get
3.
Evo.
And then DeAndre didn't even play that night. Then we ended up getting NBA 70 fifth players. We thought we had a vote, so we were really looking forward to like voting for Giannis. Turns out that we had to vote for something completely different, and fairness, we did get Sally, so we got some good cards. This pack drop was god tier. So again, like
right before you talked about D-Rob a W, Clay's a W, this whole set. That center was a W too.
And Flash, David Robinson basically making the exact same card. I don't see the purpose of that. They should have just released them as a 75th card in these flash packs. I don't get it. Again, another kind of gimmick. But like Eric Snow was a beast, Ha-Sung Jim was a beast, Trae Young, Newman used him in 250, Clay was maybe the best player in the game, and that D-Rob was the best center in the game till after Christmas. So a really good batch of cards here. This Klay Thompson, man, he ran the show. Like D-Rob was probably the best player in the game at this time. But like Klay Thompson was just by far the best of any two guard because he could dunk, he could move, he could run. He had a release on quick timing, which was super rare for that time.
Make a sandwich.
Shifty dribble style. And shifty dribble style didn't matter too much back then because the left right was still a thing.
I forgot my bread at the store, so GG's. Can we need 2 more people to join the Fall Guy lobbies real quick?
They then released a huge batch of Moments cards early enough in November. So this was kind of the issue with Moments cards, was that they had hyped up the like promo cards had been so hyped that like a Moments batch was really not worth anything. Like none of these cards other than Rubio were worth anything, and even Rubio wasn't that good at that. So they can release all these Moments, but no one's gonna get hyped because the cards just in general were not the greatest. We then got guaranteed pink diamond packs again, limited edition. A lot of people were excited about them, but for me it was like a limited edition was just kind of there to be there. I can't even remember who was in the second batch. It mattered that little. Anyways. I think Jordan was one of the players maybe. But we also, somebody leaked that 2K were putting in Moments super packs.
We haven't seen these packs
didn't come out for ages.
Like we haven't seen these packs in a long. Funny to call a rewind. We haven't had a rewind.
They were selling their Moments cards for super packs that never came. They then went and released another flash pack. Again, a really good weekend. We got a lot of free cards this weekend. So it seemed like most of the times they were releasing flash, they were releasing something free. We got a bunch of like win streak players. And again, the annoying thing was that there's no point when you're releasing 75th cards releasing 2 of the same cards. I didn't like that concept. But we got win streak cards, which you didn't even need to win the games. If you just shut up, you got the cards. I didn't like the win streak concept because not everyone, I don't understand not everyone should get a reward, but I think there should be a like reward where like if you put in time you should get the reward anyway. Like if you play 40 games you should automatically get the reward even if you can't win 5 more in that 40 games. They then just in-game randomly released a My Team Festival. Like we were like halfway through day 1 when they called it a My Team Festival, and I'm telling you nobody even realized that there was anything going on. The biggest thing that happened this week wasn't even announced. This was apparently meant to be a My Team Festival. Literally, like, nobody could care less. It was a bunch of stuff that we were already meant to have seen just in a normal week. Like, it was just not, it wasn't even a good week.
Basketball. That's like the story of My Team. Advertising basketballs.
Week of content. It was just a week where they announced content calling it a festival. It wasn't even that great a week, especially things that were advertised. We then also got like a Terry Rozier. So the first Moments agenda card, they gave us so many in 2K21. The first and only, I repeat, only regular Moments agenda card before Moments of the Month came out was Terry Rozier. He was terrible. I got him, but he was terrible. Then on the Wednesday, Wednesday of this week, they released Mystic packs. Because Thanksgiving was on the Thursday. They
Harden wasn't really that. I mean, Harden really just not that good in general. You can play with us if you want. Hayden's getting on now. What does that supposed to mean? Cause you not playing for real. Oh my goodness.
This was the most juiced pack drop of the year. The Sapphires were god tier. Freaking Simvular, Isaac, Troy Daniels. The Rubies gave us the GOAT OJ Mayo and Wong Gigi.
Doing anything.
DeJounte was good. Dino was fine. Eddie Jones was a beast, one of the few players in the game with half an interceptor. Drazen Petrovic had half range extender. He was the first player in the game that had that. Harden was beast. Giannis was a very, very good power forward. T-Mac was meh. And Hakeem was a great locker.
You're not a reacting channel.
Like, I didn't really like Giannis, but this was an incredibly good
match. There's something else.
The Friday then came
this?
and Ja Morant came out. This was the last Friday of the season, so obviously
Ja
the
Morant,
limited
trying to
reward is
remember that
going
card.
to be out on that day.
He was alright.
Which was Ja Morant, who was a super interesting card, because if he had come out at the start of the season, he would have been a beast. But like Peyton just completely outclassed him. I had Ja and Peyton as my 2-point guards for a while. Didn't really like Ja, loved Peyton.
Is it
but
Fall
it wasn't
Guys?
bad
Oh my
by any means.
God.
Then on the Friday, unannounced to everybody, they released these Black Friday packs for one day.
Real quick,
and everyone was like,
okay,
okay, they've got like these really good super packs with like all the best cards, and they weren't, as far as super packs went, they were okay price wise, and they were actually, like, in comparison to other cards, the odds were really good.
Black Friday packs.
But then throughout the day, they released so many
like,
packs. It was like guaranteed flash packs, guaranteed diamond and pink diamond packs. They released so many just ridiculously good packs for like 1 hour. So all the other packs were like limited to 10,000, and they all sold out. We don't
care for yours. Well, guess what? You know what reaction channels had to do to get there, to get people caring? They had to react to things, okay? If they react to 0 videos, well then no one would ever care. So what the heck does that even mean, gaming god? That's like me saying, oh yeah, no one will care for stream if you don't stream. If I just don't go, if I just never went live, oh yeah, no one would care about my stream because I didn't go live. So like, what? That doesn't even make sense. It doesn't even make any literally sense. It's like backwards. You can that doesn't make literally any sense. There's like no logic to it. We're just like yelling just to yell. Like, oh my god, we're supposed to be on the video, not yelling.
Biggest of all of these was the guaranteed pink diamond packs. So these packs with 35,000 VC, like Zion, you saw him here. They were only available for 1 hour, but no, these packs were gone in 20 minutes.
Just shows up.
They were gone so quickly. You got all the limited edition players.
Literally,
and what did
so
they do?
many
They
people
basically pushed a bunch of them. Like a bunch of the like bad
they sell a
pink
lot
diamond
of
cards
seconds.
down to like
People
30,000 MT. It was crazy how cheap they all were.
Eat this one.
Like pink diamonds had been 100k MT before this day. They were down to like 30-40k for like 5 or 6 of them, which was really mad. And right before the end of season 2, 2K went and patched the side to side. Again, I can't really show any clips of me really using it too much because I was never the greatest dribbler. But it's something that I just wanted to note, that a lot of cards,
they literally killed Iverson the day before he dropped.
Left
like this company, I'm not forgetting. No, we need to be harder on them. They literally made Allen Iverson the reward just to nerf him, just to literally get rid of side to side, and that was the only reason Allen Iverson had any talent in my team. That is like the only reason. The dude freaking sucked in my team. Like, Allen Iverson was freaking garbage. Like, it is a fact. Allen Iverson freaking sucked. Like, literally. He literally sucked. He literally sucked.
Burst in the game.
Hey, season 3! DBG with the X.
Season 3 came out with a dev blog, and again, there was not much said in the blog.
Wait a minute.
Clutch time was
wait a minute. No!
A lot of it was from...
This is the lazy part of it. No, this is break season. This is just
about
lazy
like,
season.
oh, we're going to be giving some more player coaches. This is who your level 40 is. And we really weren't excited. Because while Clutch Time was a great game mode, I mean, freaking Iverson was the level 40 reward. But there were some good cards that did come out in Season 3. But this game mode was what I felt really changed. My game mode of choice, the game mode that I enjoy playing the most. Because, well, if I'm not having fun, I can just... It's only like 2 minutes in the game. I need to sit through half an hour for a game. If I want to play for 20 minutes, I can play 2 games of this. If I don't have an hour to sit there and play 2K, I can actually go and play Clutch Time, whereas... if you don't have an hour to sit there and play, you can't really play unlimited. You just don't know how long it's gonna take to like find games and stuff. a really great new addition
Season 3 is
into
the worst
game
season
mode.
of all time.
So then we got probably
Season 8 exists, so let's not forget about that. But Season 3
the
is
worst pack drop
up
ever.
there for the worst.
We got maxed out where a bunch of people got 99s in
move.
stats that were already going to get 99s in. So Ray Allen got 99 3-pointer. I'm pretty sure he already had a card in the game with a 96 3-pointer. Aaron Gordon got a 99 dunk, and so did Wiggins. Both of them had cards in the game with 95 plus dunks. You had Aaron Gordon, or say not Aaron Gordon, you had Alex Caruso got 99 pass perception. Like, really. Dikembe with 99 block. His Ruby had like 94. We get 99 free throw JJ Redick, a card that will never get to the free throw line having a 99 free throw made no difference.
Wiggins,
I think there was a lot of other weak players. This is the worst, and I repeat, worst pack drop we have ever had in my team. And yeah, it was awful. It was awful. Reward card wise, we got some really good ones, lads. Like this set, like even Dan Marley for limited was good.
Dan Marley
wasn't for draft was okay.
He was trash. I mean,
didn't really like the limited reward.
He wasn't good.
But Collins was great. Reward for tokens. Cliff Robinson was a beast for 750 wins in TTO. Iverson was a terrible level 40 though. My god, Iverson was terrible. Like even CJ McCollum was not bad, like on the way to level 40 though. So rewards wise, I liked it. I liked the clutch time rewards. I liked a lot of the rewards in this game or in this season. I didn't find it to be a bad season at all. I know a lot of people didn't like.
My problem is, well, literally, Michael Redd was unattainable. I mean, let's be real. He was unattainable. Andre Drummond was a straight up bum. I'm way different, DBG. He's being too nice. Jay Rich was actually alright. He was good. Damian Lillard was good, but no, Dan Marley was alright. Drummond was a trash can. Michael Redd was unattainable. Unless you're 1% lucky.
I didn't think it started off too badly. Like Michael Redd was a freaking beast. He was like Ray Allen, but 10 times better. Like Ray Allen had come out didn't even have half range extended. Didn't even have his release on quick or anything. But like Michael Redd had Ray Allen release. He was taller. He was a better dribbler. He could.
That John Collins. Like, I know people used him. He was good. He was actually.
So like Michael Redd is what that Ray Allen card in Max Out should have been. He was freaking him when he came out. Obviously, getting him now plus time is not going to be a great card, but he was him when he came out.
Had a good shot.
But the market actually shot up. Cards that were going for like 250k were suddenly going for 500k. Like cards went from being somewhat expensive to very expensive, and like there were cards like Penny Hardaway that I remember buying for 30k MT at the end of season 2 because a lot of people sell their cards before the end of season, and the maxed out drop.
I actually remember that because I remember like the Black Friday packs like dropped Penny Hardaway's price a lot, and then I remember season 3 was so bad. Penny Hardaway, he was 20k when Black Friday packs were a thing, and then he went up to like 100k. I actually remember that. That was an NISMT method if you would
it was so bad. It was so bad that like within 4 or 5 days that card was 80k. I was making so much MT off just selling my cards then. They actually scrapped the concept.
Oh, wait a second.
NBA 75
my apologies. Jason Richardson was the guy that couldn't move. Oh no. I take it back because Jay Rich sucked. Oh, okay, I forgot. Thank you for reminding me, Jay Free. My brain was fried. I forgot. Jay Rich is the guy that couldn't move.
I say NBA 75.
They did fix him down the line on
you see this like 7th of December.
I forgot his pink diamond could not move.
I think this is the last.
He was the slowest man on the game.
This might be the last time 2K released moment card. I think they released Kevin Durant himself.
In the game.
But like 2K just stopped. They straight up just stopped releasing moments cards in this game. And then the UK and Ireland page ended up leaking the iced out packs. Basically, they posted a wrong graphic. You guys can see that they posted a graphic of the packs that were I just went over. However, they completely forgot to or they put in the wrong like press release, and they leaked what the iced out packs were. A few days later, 2K talking about the NBA 75 set during these packs actually mentioned Reggie Miller and Charles Barkley. We all went crazy.
That's just 2K trolling.
He thought they were in the game, and the next day they took this part out of their write-up, which was disappointing. It was extremely disappointing. Iced out packs came out, and while they were significantly better than maxed out, they were again not great. Other than Dr. J, this is a very weak batch of cards.
Jimmy Butler, I forgot that he skipped it so fast, but Jimmy Butler was the second slowest guy with power. Jay Rich and Jimmy were the slowest dudes with power. So like, power dribble style, depending on what the SIGs were really bad. It could be really horrible. And Jimmy Butler could not move. That's a fact.
Like, 2K just in general, we're not in a good spot at the minute. When Steph Curry broke the 3-point record, they gave a bunch of agendas for one Hall of Fame badge instead of doing what they did when Russell Westbrook broke the triple-double record by giving Russell Westbrook like an Evo card where you got a bunch of triple-doubles or you made a bunch of threes with Steph Curry, and you suddenly were able to get him up to maybe even a 93 overall.
I'm not fully against him not getting a card because Corey freaking sucks in this game. I mean, it's just a fact. Like, I don't think there's any good Corey cards this year. I think they all suck. Like, Corey was never good once this year.
Give us a pink diamond for Steph.
He wasn't
I just wanted
good
like a diamond Steph, or I just wanted some acknowledgement of Steph and Curry in this game. But there was a big issue with that, and this is one of the problems that I have with 2K, is they're so based around their promo cards that when something happens in real life, they can't do anything about it. So when you see a card that has a god tier game in real life, or again, all-star moments, when we saw Cade Cunningham get an absolute scrub card, we knew we were going to get a better Cade Cunningham card.
That a tier 1.
And that's one of the issues with this, was that Steph Curry did something historic in the NBA. But because 2K had planned on Christmas Day to give us a Steph Curry card, they didn't want to give us any sort of free Steph Curry. They didn't want to give us a moment Steph Curry. They didn't really want to acknowledge it by a card in the game, which is why I really don't like certain things they do with the promos. So then coming in to the middle of December, we got a Domination. And this Domination was Homecoming Dom. We got significantly less tokens than we got for NBA 75 Dom. We got basically the same amount of packs. We didn't get very much, and we got a Manu card who, although I loved Manu, like most people hated this Manu card, I was his #1 fan. I'm gonna still say this Domination was the worst Domination, the least worth of Domination we have had, other than maybe like the Harden Dom. I don't think the current Dom for Harden was worth it at all, but like this Dom wasn't even easy. That was the worst part. Oh, I thought it was on half. Well, no, it was pretty easy. It was pretty easy.
I'll make it tier
But
1.
then we got Hoopsmas, which was a joke. Oh my god, Hoopsmas was a joke. So last year during Hoopsmas,
this company,
we got like the MyTeam Festival, which was a day where 2K gave out a bunch of locker codes, a bunch of free content, a bunch of grindable content, a bunch of things in packs. It was really cool to start Hoopsmas. And then the rest of the Hoopsmas was just like free packs. We didn't really care too much. But this year's Hoopsmas,
what now?
Just packs. Instead of giving us like guaranteed players, all it did was give us like candy canes, which traded in for presents. And if you didn't get enough candy canes, like candy canes were worthless. You needed like 4 candy canes to get a present, and presents could be exchanged for goods. But if you only got 3 candy canes, the 3 candy canes were worthless, and you had to just sit there and discard them, or just send them into the exchange to get nothing out of them. It was the worst event we have ever had on my team. You see a diamond contract there? Yeah, we had 1 diamond contract code. It was terrible. Then we got a really actually good batch of cards. The Signature Series packs for Kobe Bryant. So Magic Johnson was the first point guard in the game that really allowed you to use the switch all meta on defense, where which really just, I'm not gonna say it ruined the game, but it made it a lot harder to score when you were just able to switch everything. Draymond Green was a freak beast for what he was. And we got the first instance of a Trey Murphy clone. So Brandon Jennings, despite being one of the shiftiest point guards in the league, had the stakes of a big man. He couldn't dunk, but he had all the big man dunk animations. Trey Murphy clone Brandon Jennings.
Draymond Jamal. That Draymond was alright. That Magic. I remember using that. I used Magic. Wait, was that the start of 75th anniversary Magic? Wait, let me look. Yeah, that was him. Oh, that 75th anniversary Magic. If you had bought him back at that time, he rose so much in price. Oh my goodness, he went up so much from price.
And then for some reason, you were able to buy DeMarcus Cousins on the auction house when he came out. I just don't get it, but you were. Like, it was actually cheaper to buy him in the auction house than lock in the event cards for him, which was hilarious, because you could sell him. Like, anyone who bought one of these 5 or 6 could sell the card because he wasn't an original owner. And then every now and again, you'll see one of these popping up. Allen Iverson was the level 40 award, he was an opal. I get it. I get it. The guy was an opal. He was the first Galaxy opal in the game for the vast majority of people. Allen Iverson sucked. Allen Iverson was genuinely awful. Like, I wish I got him. I wish I could say he was good. He was terrible.
Iverson, like I said, was terrible. He was left-right made. Like, 2K is the type of company, they'll give you Iverson, but then they'll patch him the day before. They patched him, but then made a midget a point. I mean, they literally killed every small point guard. When you got rid of the left-right, that was the only thing that was good about AI. Because Diamond AI left right was 8s. But when you patch it, you make it useless.
Awful, lads. Then the Christmas Day packs came out and Santa BG was out in full force, going over these cards. Again, I really liked what they did, like giving us a good Scotty, a good Michael Jordan card. I hated the NBA 75th concept. There was 5 of them this day because they basically just gave us duplicates of the same cards. Rudy Gay was the best card for his price in my team at 60k. And LeBron was okay. Steph Curry was pretty good. The rubies and stuff were terrible in the set though. Right after that was actually this was my first day living in my new house, but the bots then came out. So Aaron Gordon and John Wall were in like the vault and the wheel, and so on the vault, wheel, and ball drops.
Why
so the auto buyers bought
facts
so many of these cards that they were literally putting up hundreds of them at the same time for 2.5k. This is how I made so much MT. I think I had 100 Aaron Gordons in my auction house at one stage, sold them off for 4k like a week later. So 2K had a disaster of a season 3. So the devs basically didn't release any moments cards for a month. They took probably 3 weeks off to just release like pre-planned content, and with it being around Christmas, people weren't happy, and like rightfully so. Understandable. Again, the devs took time off, but we didn't know for quite a while. And then 2K stole my
it was not understandable to my standards.
idea word for word, bar for bar. They took my moments of the month idea for their comeback, and in fairness, they implemented it well. Moments of the month was a really interesting concept. However, Max Strus, I'll talk about that a little bit later. That one card was interesting. But we ended up getting a Opal DeMar DeRozan who was terrible. Like, DeMar DeRozan needed like 18 badges to be good. He didn't have any of the key badges. He didn't have any of the good ball handling badges or shooting badges or defensive. I don't know why he was so bad, but he was. Best card in this set by far was like Jaylen Brown. There were way better cards in this moment set than DeRozan, but I don't know. They just really did not make him good. I think I added some badges.
DeRozan was not bad. What? Wait, did he just say DeRozan was bad? DeRozan was good. Yeah, DeRozan was
the greatest
good.
card in the world. And then the Max
DeRozan was
situation.
good.
So his challenge was so hard to do that they basically changed his release from set shot 4 to base 4. His
DeRozan was good. What?
And they gave every card in the game who had set shot 4 base 4.
I remember DeRozan had
funnily enough, with Steve Kerr, they gave him base 4 on his base card.
No, he was. No, he wasn't. I used that DeRozan. He was not bad. Was he great? No. Was he bad? No. He was a good card. Like, wait, hold on, wait. No. DeRozan was good. He literally had Tracy McGrady release. You can't be bad if you got Team Max Jumper. Facts. At that stage in the game, if you got Scotty, well, he didn't have Scotty Pippen in that, did he? I don't think at that time he had it. But still, you got Tracy McGrady at release that early. You can't be bad. You can't.
Card, and you actually, when you evoed Steve Kerr, he actually got changed back
Not
to set shot 4.
everybody.
He's the only player in history to get an evo downgrade in my team.
That's tough. Wait, what?
So season 4.
Did we just wait? It started new. Wait, did he just skip over to Zion, to Luka, to Buddy Hield? Wait, what? He just I don't know. DBG skipped over it, or that was just maybe.
Launched with a pretty decent dev block. Again, with how bad season 3 was, it kind of had to
skipped
launch
over it.
It talked about how there was going to be a lot of change in the game mode.
Okay, I mean, I wasn't even there during that content drop that much.
So celebrating Year of the Tiger, I thought it was going to be a lot more Lunar New Year content. But in terms of rewards, Yao Ming was available day 1, which was actually kind of big. We got some pretty decent rewards. Reggie Lewis was the main one. But in terms of like Signature Series cards, it was an okay batch. Like Kevin Durant was really good. Klay Thompson was really, really good. But this Klay, surprisingly enough, didn't have half quick first step. So you were seeing guys still running his
Carlo Cap. I wasn't on it. Remember, I was sick for that week, and I missed the New Year's, so I was kind of hoping he went over it. I mean, I wasn't even there during that content drop. I was like, bruh, that's like the most days I ever missed like streaming in a long time, literally. Like, but Reggie Lewis, another untable card. Klay was really, really, really good, but literally, you were still playing. Oh, I wasn't playing.
diamond until they could find a badged up play, because the diamond was better than the opal until he got badged up. Kazi was also a freaking beast. The only issue was he was RNG, and we got ISO Joe for the first time, which was cool. Again, you guys can see here 150k XP was available straight away, and Grussi got him first. So then
the one
had the Tuesday packs where they got rid of the 75 concept. There wasn't a guarantee to be an NBA 75
I
card
missed the
in
Buddy
every
Hill
Tuesday pack
drop
now.
too. That made me kind of sad.
And guys like Donovan Mitchell were headliners. It was kind of cool. Each of them were a theme. I don't exactly know what cold-blooded meant, but like we got like defenders in some packs, we got dunkers in other packs. It was kind of a cool concept in my opinion. However, 1 week into season 4, we got the freaking be-all and end-all packs. We got Beasts. A set which gave us the 5,000 MT, Josh Smith, Darius Miles, and Bob Sutter.
That's the most days I miss playing 2K.
And AK were really good.
In a long time. In a long, long time.
Oh yeah, and LaMelo, Ja, AD, and Giannis. All crazy cards. As well as 75th AD, I think. And then we also got the rewards.
I missed that, but
Jason
okay.
Tatum. We got
Tatum, that Tatum was
on
good.
That same day. That playoff push gave us so many good.
Sadly, didn't Tatum during the rest of the year, but he was here as
that
nice.
Pink Diamond, DeAndre Ayton was a top 5 center in my team. Obviously, the best small forward in my team at that time was the Jason Tatum card. So that was a really, really cool thing for me anyway, was that they gave us really good free cards. And that was probably, in terms of pure content, that day was the best day. I think it was like the 22nd of January.
Tatum was a cone. Yeah, but I mean, that's all you need. I mean, Tatum was like a good defender and a cone. I think wingspan's low-key overrated to a certain degree, as long as you have a good player model. And I think they nerfed his wingspan, but as long as you have a good player model, the wingspan isn't that important. And also, Cassie and Yao were good for a while. If you were good with Cassie dribble style, then I don't blame Cassie was. Cassie was a good card.
Anyway, all I know about that, it was the day before Leeds lost to Newcastle, and I was at that game. But that night, we knew that someone was going to very soon, once they completed the playoff push, someone was going to very soon get the first Gary Payton, and it was in fact B Street Bully. Junksta got him a few hours later, but B Street Bully was the first person this year to get a Dark Matter card in my team.
Oh, I remember. I got the first gameplay on YouTube. Facts.
Dirk as well. We then got a very, very disappointing flash drop. Some okay cards for budget players, and when I say okay, I mean okay, because like Lynn was expensive.
Wait a minute.
Odin was fine. Kukoc was fine.
I found. Oh god, that's the ball gambler MJ. And B was a W. That's Skip's favorite player. But that's bald gambler MJ. That's the trash MJ. The bald gambler edition.
Like Embiid was good. And
that Darren Collison was good too.
We then on the Tuesday got the Lunar New Year packs. It's one of the most disappointing players I've ever seen. But we did get a really cool moments of the month drop, because Devin Booker was very good. Darren Jackson was really good. Gary Trent I found was a very good player, mainly because I didn't mind base 16.
Such a god.
And then some other guys, like Jared Vanderbilt was okay. Iowa Sun was good. And some of these rubies like Kennard were good. Then we got obviously the Lunar New Year packs, the Hunt for Glory packs, and
they should have gave Wang another card, but that's all I really got to say about this set. And LJ Mayo became a meme, but
Yijian Lian was pretty good, but Wang Zhizhi was the guy we all thought was going to be god because of how much his Ruby is a god, and they basically made his Pink Diamond a copy and paste with Ruby. Jerome Swift was actually pretty good. Then they decided to give us guaranteed Dark Matter packs that you could choose. This was the coolest thing ever. It was like
I remember
Lonzo, Anthony Edwards, Karl Anthony Towns, Derrick Rose, Jalen Rose, and I can't even remember who the final player was. And James Harden, that was who it was. But you had a choice of all of them, and as long as you didn't choose.
Okay, we just got some fire, but Booker lost you games. Like, that's just the most ridiculous take I just heard, but whatever.
Anthony Edwards.
Booker lost me games. Like,
realistically, or Cat, I'm sorry, Timberwolves fans, you were getting one of the best cards in the game. Cat wasn't even that bad. Anthony Edwards was just very weak because he had base dribble stuff.
Cat was terrible.
But then 2K basically just stopped.
Suck.
2K stopped at the start of the season giving us NBA 75 cards. So there was like 8 to go. And it was like 3.5 months after they started it. And they'd given us like 4 in the previous 5 weeks. So it was really confusing as to what they were doing. Obviously, they were stalling it because they wanted to give us Dark Matters. But it was just really badly timed. I thought they released way too many in Season 3. They released not enough in Season 4. It was just a really weird situation. And it just went on for way too long, in my opinion. And then 2K accidentally leaked that there was going to be Dark Matters coming for All-Star Weekend.
They dropped.
So this pack just showed up for some people. Obviously, there was no Dark Matters in that pack. And like, I don't even know what this pack exactly was. A Flash 5 Deluxe. Well, it was a Flash 5 Deluxe pack. I don't know what I'm talking about.
This pack, like they always do the same thing of dropping it. No. They always drop it like at the end. Where I just choked so bad in this game.
But basically, that pack just showed up randomly, and it had a description for Dark Matters. We found out we're going to be getting 3 Dark Matters, which was kind of crazy. So obviously, whichever the next drop or batch of packs were going to be, batch of cards, people weren't going to be too hyped unless they were something big. And I'm not going to lie, they were something big. Like, obviously now looking back on this, wasn't crazy. This was our first time getting point guard sim.
I got Yao Ming, but I never ended up badging. I literally was not like that Yao Ming. I used him; he was good, but I mean, I wasn't the richest MC wise, but Yao Ming wasn't even all that to me. Josh Giddey, honestly, I enjoyed Josh Giddey more than Yao Ming. Opal Yao Ming this year. Josh Giddey was better to me.
And
he was better,
shoot, especially in this game where everyone could shoot. Derek Anderson with his Evo, a beast. Kevin Porter Jr. with his Evo, a beast. Will Chamberlain's 75th card badged up, a beast. Splash even started the dude in 250. Paul George with his Evo, a beast. Thurl Bailey with his Evo, absolutely insane. So these cards, other than like Quentin Richardson, who really sucked, they were all really good in my opinion. And then, for the 3rd year in a row, at least one player was a WNBA player. So, Josh Hart, again. Josh Hart had the Trey Murphy SIGs, which were horrendous, and then he also was a WNBA player, which was not good. Celebrity cards were in the game, something I thought was really cool. I'm not gonna lie, I thought this concept was cool. Like, we've already got our 99
imagine this for a second. Imagine they had a content creator in the game. Imagine playing with Carlo221 on the court. I mean, literally me on the court with the headband.
Tackle fall. It's not that unrealistic to see Ronnie 2K in the game when we already have that. I thought they were going to give us celebrity cards, they were going to give us WNBA players, but no, they fumbled the bag so badly with this. Because if you guys can see, if you try to play a game, one of the players can't play multiplayer. There should never be a card that can't play multiplayer.
Goodness.
Like, they didn't let us use these celebrities, or they didn't let us use our My players.
I got it.
This is the first year that made no sense. Then they announced the first Dark Matter cards: Kobe Bryant, Tracy McGrady, and Russell Westbrook. And my god, that's the backlash when these cards came out was crazy. All 3 of them came with normal timing on their release, which is kind of nuts. And then that same day,
and also to make a note he probably might not gonna mention, but that was Russell Westbrook's last card he ever got in my game.
They ended up coming out with the Evo cards for the All-Star agendas. I didn't like them very much.
That's
None of these cards are very good. You get like a Larry Bird. If you Evo these cards, you get other players. But you get a Larry Bird.
His last Dark Matter. I mean, it's the same.
None of which were good.
His last best.
When you got higher up in the tiers, the cards were very weak. All-Star Moments cards came out, and again, Hat was a copy and paste of another card we had. Kay Cunningham was a scrub. Jay Sean Tate was a 6'4" power forward. Precious Achua was an undersized power forward center. Obi Toppin was meh. Darius Garland was 6'1". Steph Curry was a copy paste of a card we had. Mobley was alright, but the rest of these were just very, very disappointing. In general, I thought this was a very disappointing drop. Then they announced the NBA, 75 lock-in rewards for the 1990s and the 2000s. It's very obvious why he was going to win the 2000, or sorry, 1990.
Oh, this was a Zion and Clay thing. I was even saying pick Zion. I still think if like what was like Clay even winning, like that Clay was so mid. Wait, let me look at the poll. I wish I can go back. God dang it, I skipped over it. I should have.
The vote Zion trolls. Basically,
Joel Embiid should have won this. I remember this poll.
No matter what.
Joel Embiid should have freaking won.
Update Zion 6. My thing was, if they updated 6, we were going to get a god tier Zion. And if they didn't update his 6, we were going to
Joel Embiid should have won. Joel Embiid
bum Zion and screw over the all money spent players.
You know what? You know what? If Joel Embiid had gotten a card this day, or Joel Embiid card right down the line, or invincible one, he would have actually had good 6. Facts. We would have had a good 6 Embiid in the game if we didn't let Embiid win. But nah, we got to get Klay Thompson to win. We would have had a good Embiid. Facts.
So coming into season 5, we got the Paolo Banchero card, expecting a lot more college cards. We didn't. They promised a lot of Dark Matters, and in general, the blog read pretty well. Like, we had a new domination. We had a Dark Matter level 40 reward, which again was going to be pretty nice. It was going to be Ray Allen. We got, again, like more and more Dark Matters in packs. They said the NBA 75 collection was going to be done. So we got an awful lot of just really decent news from that dev blog. However, towards the end of the season, I do think season 5 kind of faltered, but like I think it was pretty okay. It was pretty okay to start off.
Remembering some past history cards. Ooh. Sean Kemp, another unattainable card, but this time Sean Kemp had a bad jump shot. Ray Allen, undersized. Man, this season, low-key. Wait, look at this season. Wait, Kawhi Leonard was good. Carmelo was good. Rip Hamilton was good, actually. There were some good things. Rip Hamilton was good. Boogie was... Was Boogie good? No, Boogie was trash. Big Z...
But these awards weren't good. Other than, like, Cincy Powell.
Powell
was meh. Boogie was meh. Like, Boogie's really good for his time. Obviously, by the end of the season, he was pretty meh. Ray Allen, again, was good for his time. By the end of the season, meh. And the rest of them, like Carmelo and stuff, were collection awards. However, this pack was ridiculous. Kawhi was a beast. Shaq was big. Like, Splash used him 250. If you could get away with non-shooting...
Shaq sold me in 250. Shaq makes me... I never, and I mean never use that card ever again after he bricked the open shot for me 250. Like, literally, I never use that card again. That card freaking sucks. Like... He sucked. Like, I wish I could use my Yao Ming instead of that freaking bum. He freaking sucked. Kawhi and Cade. I remember I thought Pippen was a better card than Kawhi. I let people convince me that. And that was so wrong.
Shaq was just a huge body. Cade was the best point guard in the game, and it was not even close. He was the best by so much. Like, I would have Cade as one of like the most iconic players in the game if it wasn't for another point guard that came out literally 1 week later. But you also got the cheap cards. You got Bonga, you got Lance, you got Pau Gasol, who was like 7K. You got Bull, who was a freaking beast. And then also we got this dude, right?
Cincy was good. Literally, I grinded 50 games for Cincy, not to even use him for 250.
Like, one of the best cards in the game. Like, he was like 30K MT or something when he came out, which was nuts. It was absolutely nuts. I couldn't believe how cheap this card was. He was a brilliant player. Like, Scotty could handle, he could shoot. There were no flaws at all with Scottie Pippen. And then for domination, we got Paul Millsap, who really sucked. And I mean, really, really sucked. And then we also got De'Aaron Fox for completing Dom. He was needed to get Vince, but also De'Aaron Fox really sucked. I'm sorry.
I disagree that De'Aaron Fox sucked. Was he good? No. Was he horrific, though? No. He wasn't.
Oh, yeah, I know people don't want to hear it, but De'Aaron
he has the safest dunks in the game. He's not bad. He's not bad. He has the safest.
We actually got a pretty okay exchange award, to be honest. Because City Market was cheap, if you already had the Bucks players needed, they went up to like 4 or 5 KMT. If you already had the Bucks players when they were like 800 MT, you actually got a pretty good card in City Moncrief. He was a top 8 or 9 point guard in the game when he came out. And for some reason, 2K brought out like coaches, and people were paying like 200k MT for like +6 coaches. It was mad. Like, you were getting like a +6 perimeter center coach for 200k MT, whereas a +5 one was like 40k MT, or a +4 one was like 3k MT.
Coaches.
It was mental. And then when you went to like the Galaxy Opals, you were paying over $1 million.
Oh yeah, there's people buying them.
Look, Don was good. He didn't even give
we had people spending $1 million for coaches.
3-point boost.
Oh, damn bad.
Like, freaking, he wasn't even the best coach in the game. It was whoever the 3-point coach was for Galaxy Opal. Again, I haven't used the Galaxy Opal coach, so I don't know. But like, people were paying literally more than any player in the game for Don Nelson, and it really was not that significant an upgrade over using like a Steph Curry or a Monty Williams, who was like 35k at that stage. So the first person to get the level 40 Ray Allen this season was Evan Tanaka, and this card here was, again, he was one of those players that was really good when he came out. Like, Kenny Zeus ran him in 250. He was really good. It's just right after he came out, he became outclassed really quick. The people forgot how good he was. If you like, he was a top 2 shooting guard in the game, top 3 maybe at worst.
Wait,
when the day he came out, just because of how good his release was, how easy it was to move with the guy, and just, well, how much he was just able to cook. Obviously, he became much better with the Evo later on in the year, but it was just funny is that like in the next week we got 2-3 of the best shooting guards in the game.
Ray Allen was not better than Devin Booker though, so fact.
Like the only ones you could really argue on his level were like
top three might be too high.
Freaking Kawhi and Scotty, who were different players. Then we got Clay, who was probably a little bit better than Ray Allen. We got Clay and Dwight Howard. I can't believe this was the last version of Dwight Howard we got, and it was the 1st of March. Man, disrespected by the NBA with the 75th card, or not getting into 75th, also disrespected by 2K not getting a card after March. And then for the second community vote, which was 1980s and 1990s.
Wait, was this Fur Bailey Maxwell?
Like, Cedric Maxwell at one stage had 80% of the votes or something, and then suddenly he had 30%, and Thurl Bailey gained like 80,000.
This was when voting was done right.
It was just crazy, and then Cedric Maxwell got vote botted again. And the same thing happened with the 90s. Mullen got vote botted last minute. And even though Mullen ended well, nobody really wanted him. So we got the maybe greatest drop of the year. We got maybe the greatest drop because it came with some decent budget players, a god tier player, and I mean god tier player in David Robinson.
I remember this drop. This drop had me sweating. Because I was sweating Hall of Fame badge against Rudy Luca. Like, they should not do a drop like this before 250. They had me sweating. They had me mentally down bad because of this stupid drop. Why didn't you run Booker in 250? And, you know, people in life make mistakes, Fixie. If I had that back, I would have ran Booker as a freaking starter. I ran Tracy freaking McGrady. I can't take that dumb idea back. I don't know what I was smoking. my almonds was at the wrong house. I had to run, get my almonds at the my other house. Old house. At my old house that we moved from because I delivered to the wrong place. And yeah, okay, but yeah. But Luca was useless.
But also Luca. Literally just shoot the ball with him.
I didn't get to have any enjoyable Luca moments.
Push him to the wing and he just greens. Like just shoot the ball with him.
It's fake. It's not fake. I had, you said Merry Christmas to me. It wasn't Christmas. I still remember.
Another green for Luca.
I was lost. I didn't respond at that.
You don't even need a tiny bit of space. You need that type of space in screen. Like, if you end up getting a yellow contest, just know most of the time you will be able to hit that shot. Like, Luca's a joke. Like, what is this? I'm literally just pressing the shoot button. I'm literally just pressing the shoot button.
They're not like.
Of course he misses that one. Of course he misses that one of all of them. That's the one he's gonna miss. Walk it down, walk it down, walk it down. Literally, I'm playing 2K21 right now.
Where's my alarm?
I'm playing 2K21. I'm just shooting.
Dang it.
I mean, I guess.
Like,
I guess.
Luka Doncic was the most broken player we had ever seen in a MyTeam game. Like, I could not believe, I still can't believe looking at that game. This is my first ever game using Luka, and it was just green.
I would say Devin Booker's more broken than Luka, but
like, nobody could even defend Luka. At least as the years went on, better defenders came out. But like, at that time, you literally just shot the ball in people's face and it would go in. Like, Luka Doncic was so good that there was a 43 half badge, and this isn't even like a 50-60 half badge. It's a 43 half badge going for 6.6 million. This is coming up towards 250.
No one cares about Devin Booker. Oh my god, Devin Booker was a god.
And yeah, he was. This card went for like 7.5 million. The 250k tournaments happened on the current gen side. Splash 1 on the next gen side.
I don't want to talk about it.
Definitive 1 on the next gen. On the current gen side on Xbox, the winner was Swaggy, and on the current gen Xbox, it was just crazy. So first round, So was facing off against some guy, and he's up by like 30 points with 2 minutes.
Okay. If I had it back, I would have gave back every badge to Booker. I would not use that 700k on T-Mac. I could have literally got some other players, and I would have been freaking set. I had enough MT. It was like, oh my god, but you bought. No, I had enough MT. I just spend my MT on stupid players that I didn't even freaking need it and care too much about Hall of Fame badges being the end-all be-all. I made some incredible mistakes. But yeah.
Minutes to go, and he gets booted offline, and he gets kicked out of the tournament because he got booted offline up 30 with 2 minutes to go. Not great. And then the Ty Debo situation happened. So Ty ends up getting locked out of his Xbox account, and there's like no alternative. The way the rules are, they then kick him out of the current gen competition. They delay his next gen game, so he ends up getting in and winning the next gen tournament after being down like 20 something points on I think he was 25 points down in the very first game against AOT Trey. And
I've
I've always said this, that
Let's put it on
I think Ty would have won. Had Ty
Even
made it
do
to the final on current
1.5.
gen, I think Ty would have won. And also, I think that if he had a won on current gen, he would not have come back down 25 points in AOT Trey game. But it was crazy seeing Ty and Splash winning on the consoles that they were probably least favored in. It was also during this weekend that the great dunk
Okay,
Toby
maybe this was
Jokic
a
was
bad
discovered.
idea.
During the
Oh
stream,
god, man, it's a bad idea. I
10 or
can't understand what we're
8,000
saying.
people
Oh
someone
god,
watching
oh
my
god.
stream, everyone just spamming
Never mind.
Dunktober Jokic. The great Dunktober Jokic was found this weekend. Then
Bad
on
idea.
Tuesday, we ended up getting the reward Cedric Maxwell.
Wait, that was
we also
so
got
quick.
moments in the month, which was kind of cool because
We
like
did
Jab
this
was
right
good and some
before
other cards were good.
250. That's
And it was
what I mean. Like, I don't think cards like Cedric Maxwell, you know, he's too broken to be in 250. Like, if they want this tournament to actually be the most skilled, like cards like Maxwell. No, Devin Booker's
first,
in the
like
game.
the
No,
free
take it
Dynamite,
back.
but Seti was really
Never
the
mind.
prize of this day.
I want to talk about
The
Devin Booker's
base
in the game.
3, 6'8", 2 guard with 7'1" wingspan. You better believe
Devin,
all four
Galaxy
finals
Booker
for
was on the
250K
same
were out
level
here
as
running
freaking
Cedric
Max.
Maxwell.
No, he was
The
like,
guy
he was on
was
like,
a
he was a little
freaking
worse
demon.
than
He was a freaking demon.
Maxwell.
Lads. Then we got Maxed Out 2. After Maxed Out 1 being the worst set of the year, we feared. We did have some fear, but Maxed Out 2 was a pretty good set. Again, Reddish and RJ Barrett were in basically every budget squad for at least a month. The Rubies were terrible, but I mean, every other card was okay. And well, Magic kind of sucked, but
He just looked over the best one. LeBron was really good. LeBron was like a lockdown defender. Facts. I didn't really care for Radish and RJ. Well, they were all right. They were good budget cards, but LeBron was really good. LeBron was
I didn't mind that
really
set too much. Then we got introduced to
Patrick
the best
Ewing?
2K
Wait, did I
player to
miss
ever
it?
play. Forget Ty, forget Splash.
Patrick Ewing was there. Was I
Trent played them
blind?
before and he beat them.
Did I not see
The
Patrick Ewing?
greatest 2K player
If I
to
missed it,
ever
he's a
play.
god too.
He would play you and he beat you and he would let you know. No matter who you were, Trent played everybody and he beat them. And he would let everyone, and
That
I
guy's a
repeat,
legend.
everyone know that he played them before and he beat them. And as well as that, Trent also had a podcaster. He had a podcaster. However,
What happened to your
the
hair?
joke kind of died when he actually went on a Twitter space and it was like a 25-year-old man. It made it even funnier at the time, but I mean, it was the meme died with that. Once his voice was heard, the meme died. And then St. Patrick's Day, lads. St. Patrick's Day, Pat Burke locker code. What a
That card
freaking
freaking stinks. But-
day St. Patrick's Day was. I was
Different,
so
but
happy.
stink.
They finally released Pat Burke. Like, I used to literally get angry when they would release random Celtics players and be like, oh, it's for Ireland, and then proceed to call it St. Patty's Day. But no, this is the first year we got Pat Burke. I had so many people being like, oh, you got 2K Pat Burke. It was not me. I would love to take credit for that. I'll take credit for Dunktober Jokic. I'll take credit for Moments in a Month. I know exactly the person that got us Pat Burke, and I thank that person so much on that day. It was so cool. Pat Burke was a player that, like, there was no you couldn't really watch NBA in Ireland. So
review
the only
whole
real
thing.
basketball I was able to watch is when the national team were on TV, and I thought that Pat Burke was like Michael Jordan. He was like Michael Jordan watching him play for the Irish national team. Like, the only basketball I watched when I was that age was like Irish National League basketball, which is like second tier in Ireland at my local club, and then seeing Pat Burke playing for our national team out there as a legit NBA player. I genuinely thought he was like the best player in the world.
Making Irish people
Then the
look
next day
bad.
we
Oh
got
my
the
God.
Campus Legends, or not Campus Legends, Bracket Busters. I didn't
I
find
see
this to be a
this set.
particularly good job. Wade was good.
Ferry was
Noah
good.
had heart. Like, Noah really had heart. Ferry was alright. Hansbrough was okay, but I mean, Noah definitely had a lot of heart. He was a beast.
EBG runs
Then
my
for
team,
the-
basically.
250K final. So Splash ended up beating
Splash
Swag in
had so many
2-0.
people there for his 250 game.
What was
That would not be me. I couldn't play with no one. If I'm playing for 250K, no one beating me in the room.
a closer series than it seemed? Game 2 was really close. Swaggy had a big lead. Splash then just hit everything to come back and win. Splash won. Avenged himself from last year. And he also won on the gen that he was least favored on, which was kind of crazy that, again, Ty and Splash won on the opposite gens.
Well, you did it.
And
I'll be
then-
in it next year.
A really annoying thing was that, like, literally Definitive lost the game because of a disconnect. Because of
Mr. Depot knocked down Tower. Definites. Power out.
a power outage. I still think Ty probably wins game 2. but still, that's
Good
not
guy.
like that put him in no position to play game 3. Ty already had the momentum. Once the power came back, Ty was ready, and Ty pulled it out in game 3. Either way, at least with the way the 250k tournaments run, if you make the final, you're still making 50k. So yeah, obviously 200k is a lot better than 50, but 50k is also a year's salary for the vast majority of people. So congrats to all 4 players. Congrats to all 4. Then they went and released the spotlights the next week, and I'm not gonna lie, this was kind of disappointing.
What is
because it just didn't feel like a
Oh
spotlight.
my goodness.
It was completed. It was able to be completed in 3 hours. It didn't feel like spotlight sims. The challenges for the individual
Holy
players, you had to like do
balls,
challenges for
power
individual
hour.
players to get more players, and that just wasn't the way spotlights used to be. The spotlights
Bro,
used to
they
be
really
a bunch
kill
of cards
Spotlight
at the same tiers.
Sims.
You could choose
What the
which ones you
freak
grind
is
for.
this? Is still horrible looking at it. Bum Ralph. Oh no! That's when we got the garbage can Danny Manny. No! The guy who's straight garbage. Who just stinks at everything. I think Danny Manny might. Honestly, Jabari Smith's in high competition for how bad Danny Manny is, but Jabari Smith is in
And then you lock
very,
in for
very
bigger
high
tier players.
competition.
Whereas you had to like
CP
go.
free.
You
Skip
could get like a
CP
freaking.
free. I mentioned him. I mentioned you earlier.
Well, you have
on
to do
the other
tier by tier,
CP
but it
free.
just didn't have the same feel. I don't know how to describe it, but these cards weren't even that bad. Like Salim was pretty good. It just did not have the same feel, to be completely honest. Then 2K went out and gave some people some Dark Matters or some Pink Diamonds for free, and then they also gave them a potential free Nicole Yoke. So basically, if you had been playing My Team in other years and you stopped playing it, 2K gave you a bunch of free cards. And a lot of people got really angry at this, but these cards sucked. Like, am I the only one that like had any like sense with that? Like, these cards sucked.
You got Jordan garbage can, Tim Duncan garbage, Kobe was at a time garbage nowadays. Kobe, yeah, those players stink.
So I don't even mind. Like, all that it did was when you ever saw a lineup and you saw any of these cards in, you knew it was a beginner player.
Like, this is not
All it did was
2K
like make it
TV
show who was a
content.
bot and who
Dear Lord,
wasn't
oh
abused these
my
cards. You could
God!
literally get, like,
I'm
Ruby
honestly,
Fernandez.
we're at
They were all
the
Out
the
of position,
literal
they came out,
40
which
now.
was
Or even
kind
mind
of
you,
a
we're
upset,
freaking
if we're being
finishing
honest.
this freaking bit.
Out of
in an
position
hour. Oh my
had
Lord!
some really
I
nice
didn't realize
players.
it's
Like
been an
Ben
hour.
Wallace was good. Jimmy
But
Butler was really good. If he as
I'm
a TTO player,
finishing this video.
DeRozan was okay. Giannis was pretty nice. But
Oh
the
no!
one card
This is
really,
when the bald gambler
Blood-
stopped being bald, and he became Michael Jordan. Oh no, that's no. This is when Michael Jordan became Michael Jordan. Jimmy Butler though, Jimmy Butler, did he have power dribble style? Can't remember. Ben Wallace was an overrated card that wasn't that good. I mean, facts, he was mid. AD was really good. DeRozan, I never actually used that DeRozan. I know he wasn't bad though. I never actually used that card ever.
decent cards. The one card though that completely took over was this Michael Jordan. He was like the Luka for current gen, as well as being the second best
Devin
player
Booker's
on
Luka,
next gen.
current gen.
He was so damn good. And until June, it was him and Luka in the 1A, 1B for the best players in this game. Jordan was so good. I still run this Jordan in my squad. And then 2K, once the 75th stopped being in the game, 2K literally just started releasing super packs on Tuesdays as their content. So, see,
When we look back at my team history and they did stuff like this, man, we could have been getting but we could have been getting content for all the players they were never gonna give us anyways, and then they literally dropped super pack as contents. Man, down bad.
Season 5 from about
Down
halfway
really
through
bad.
was literally Friday drop, once every 3 weeks, some sort of a grind. In the last 4 weeks, it was just Friday drops, super packs, and the one spotlight grind. So I think Season 5 ended terribly. I think it ended terribly. Like, they did go and give us a Dark Matter token reward, Thurl Bailey, which was completely bait. Thank God we got Seti instead of this guy. Actually, to be fair, I had the tokens to get Thurl. Imagine if I got, I would have been much happier getting Thurl in the token or Seti in the token market. But like, this Thurl really was not good. He really was not a good card. And then obviously they came out with a bit later. The one thing I did like though, to end season 5 was the Metamorphosis set. Basically a set where a bunch of guys that had really like mediocre, if not terrible, SIGs or jump shots, got them all updated. Like Manu went and got a better jumper.
Wait, my favorite promo of the year, Metamorphosis.
Zion base, which was unusable, to base 3, which was incredible. We had Trey Murphy.
Still, this is why I don't like. I wish 2K would have done Metamorphosis the whole rest of the year. I wish they would have done Metamorphosis, like, literally way more. Like, it was a W. It was such a W. Never did again.
And then 2 guys with Trey Murphy SIGs in Rudy Fernandez and Brandon Jennings with better
something.
SIGs. I just thought it was a really cool concept, and I wish they did more of it later on in the year. Then we also got Vince Carter. I think Vince Carter was a really good card for his time. I think it was probably maybe
really
it was worth doing. Because the Weber card we got at the end was not easy to go and get him. Well, it did take quite a bit of time. I think it's one of those situations with Carter where if you did it, you're not going to regret it because he was one of the best small forwards in the game. But if you didn't get Vince Carter, I don't think you regret it either.
Good. Hey, we're on season 6.
So season 6 launched with a dev blog, and it was kind of interesting. Well, first of all, the Josh Giddey level 40, I thought it was cool.
The best level, like, Josh Giddey is debatably one of the best level 40s we ever gotten. Literally facts. People like to underestimate him and say, like, oh my god, level 40s were way better a year prior, but Josh Giddey's
everyone predicted it was going to be a tall point guard based on the trend they've been going. I predicted LaMelo and ended up being Josh Giddey.
He was one of the
so
best
playoff
level
moments
40s
agendas were cool. Like, it made sense then why they just stopped moments of the month. They just didn't have moments of the month for April. But in general, I was most excited about this part. Literally saying we were going to be getting a reward every day. I didn't even care if they were golds. I really didn't. I was just happy to be getting something every single day. And I knew once I went to Amethyst Diamond, we'd get something cool. Even though, funnily enough, the golds were better than the Amethyst.
I didn't like this, actually. I like this, sorta. But then again, a lot of these cards, like Devin Booker, got a freaking Sapphire. Lonzo Ball, they didn't get cards for months because they got one bad, like, mid-tier card. They didn't get a card for freaking months.
But as far as the rewards went, like, the RNG rewards were good again.
Just because they got a gold card.
Silas was good.
But they didn't
Albert
have
King
a card.
was really
they didn't
good.
have an upgraded card. Then they gave him
Worthy
a gold.
wasn't great. Matt Calvin wasn't great. But we ended up getting Giddey, who was nice. And Bob Nedelicki. Bob Nedelicki was the second best unlimited reward this year after Gary Payton. He was the first Set Shot 25 player. And he was actually the first Set Shot 25 player until Endgame. The only non-Endgame Set Shot 25 player in this entire game.
By that logic,
Zero Gravity was a decent set. While Blake was a damn beast for his time. He got outdated fast. Zach LaVine still can be used to this day. Paul George is not great. But the budget guys were so nice. Because these were like the cheapest opals as well. Like, these opals went down to like 15k. And David Thompson was 8k MT, so they were super cheap. And then Josh Smith was just like a 5k MT god when he came out. And how can we forget, lads? How can we forget the GOAT of this day? The GOAT of day 1 of season 6,
Paul
lads.
George was nice. No, he wasn't. I used Paul George. Paul George was... He just hasn't been that good in my team this year. He was not good. He was average.
Rondo is...
He should have been a lot better.
They then came out with equal chance packs. Obviously, Takeoff wasn't, or Rose wasn't the first one, but this was something I really liked. Again,
is this one? Is this set?
I can't wait for packs to be banned.
Watch an old documentary. Yep.
But I think this is the most consumer-friendly way you can do packs. Then Himothy came out. Lads, Himothy was so good that I recorded videos about this guy.
I agree with that. Like, no. Like the Takeoff hacks. Like, if someone's, I Cash upset her yesterday. He should just guarantee, but I don't think it should be guaranteed every single time. Like, I like it like that he did in season 6, but they did basically make
while
him
still
guarantee. They
off
make the
my
best
head
cards available.
on whatever medication I was on during surgery. This was the day I got my Achilles surgery, and I was off my head on whatever the medication was, talking about Himothy. The next day, the auction house completely broke, and I still wasn't fully like there. I wasn't fully there in terms of coming down after surgery, but basically what ended up happening with the auction house was no new cards were showing. So you were seeing like the most recent card that was in it would be like 2 hours, then be a huge gap. So cards went so expensive. Anyone who wanted to buy a card, there was like none of them on the market. And after one stage, there was no card in the game that was under 1,000 MT.
I mean, the servers don't work.
Crazy. Then that night, they announced the greatest card in my team history. While I'm not taking credit for Pat Burke, the guy who was the reason we got Pat Burke knows who he is. I am fully taking credit for Dunktober Jokic, lads.
The legend. The freaking legend. Dunktober Jokic. I like
was
that
so
card.
good. It almost.
I still personally think Dunktober Jokic has a better release than his endgame card, but that's
for
just
his
me.
D-Bed G to get out of bed. That's how much. How hyped I was on Dunktober Jokic. And then the fan favorites packs came out. This might be the most disappointing fan favorite set we've ever seen. Like, Thon was good. Isaac was fine. Sim was not great. I didn't like Caruso very much.
Disappointing. Jokic was good. KD was good. Porzingis was good. Cassie was... What was disappointing about? Like, I'm missing something. Fon was good. Come on. Hey, I don't remember the set being bad. No, that's
Didn't like Winslow. Kazi was a beast, and Porzingis was only okay. Kevin Durant was pretty good, but he was super expensive. But yeah, other than Dunktober Jokic hype, I just wasn't the biggest fan of this set of cards. Then we also got a really good, and I mean really, really good Easter packs.
A lot of country was good.
We got like a bunch of packs for Easter where you could end up getting like Easter eggs. And it was like remember what we had at Christmas with the candy canes and presents? It was like that, but way more like refined, and it actually worked well. A lot of people made a lot of MT, and a lot of people got a lot of really, really good things out of those Easter packs. I grinded the heck out of the game because again I was trapped in bed, I couldn't really do anything else, and I made so much MT off those Easter packs. It was crazy.
Oh yeah, I remember this.
Then on the Saturday, for some reason, they ended up giving us the playoff play-in agendas for like Trae Young and those guys.
Oh my god. Oh my goodness gracious. I think we're close to the end. Yeah, we're close to the end.
Very, very weird that it happened on a Saturday. Like, just randomly it was just dropped at a random time on a Saturday. It didn't drop on the Monday like it did all the others, and this was the only playoff agendas to drop.
He called you country. That was country's olding. What?
Drop on a Saturday. This was the only content all year to drop on a Saturday. It was very, very weird. And then we got Shengo. For some reason, 2K gave us an Emerald Center with base 3. Yeah, I'm not even kidding. They gave us an Emerald Center base 3. Like, had 2K given us in like Season 7 a Dark Matter Şengün, one of the best power forward in the game. Then we got the guaranteed Dark Matter pack. So it was like Jimmy Butler, Carmelo Anthony, Damian
23. You know, I would have to go for each season, but based off of what I was, but it was all right. It had his ups and a lot very, very hard. Well, up, downs, and up, and then really down. You know. But
Lillard and Chris Bosh. Obviously, not the greatest cards in the world, but it's the first time you could actually choose your free Dark Matter, which I thought was really, really cool. I actually bought Mellow, which I really shouldn't have at the end of the day. But then we got these packs right here, the glitch packs. And I, crazily enough, called these endgame glitch packs. Little did I know what was coming. If it was only Invincibles, yeah, you could say these cards are usable in endgame. Little did I know what storm was coming. But Dirk Nowitzki also was out today. I'm pretty sure B Street was the first player to get him. If B Street
That's my main thing I want.
I know we're the first tree. And
that Dirk,
yeah,
I remember using that Dirk Nowitzki on B Street account. He was like, all right,
not great. Like, Dirk really was not a great card. Like, he held his own. He was a fine player. I'm not going to say he did anything particularly well. But the one thing I will say is that Dirk was not the prize. The real prize was the 80 half badges. Because Junksta went and put up his Ben Simmons holo first. He ended up getting 18.3 million. And people thought, okay, it was a 78 half badge. Ben Simmons, there's no way.
18 million's insane. Imagine think about it, how much money and how much literally you're good for the rest. I mean, that's more than being good. Why in the right mind when you drop 18 mil on it?
Any card.
I mean, I guess you're having fun with that card.
Manny's got 21 million. Manny got 21 million for his Michael Jordan, and for some reason, the second Michael Jordan that went up in the auction house sold for 25 million. 25 million. Lads, absolutely nuts.
You don't even need that much.
Nuts. Then we get the first batch of actual playoff moments cards, and we also got Vinny, who just had god tier 6. But this batch, we actually only expected one Dark Matter. We ended up getting 4. Mikal Bridges was good. Marcus Smart was good. Desmond Bain was good. The rest of the cards, in my opinion, were very, very weak. This was probably the weakest of the playoff batches. I didn't even think the play-in ones over this, to be honest. We also got Invincible Shaq, who we thought was going to be the best player in the game. Because we saw he had like Quick, he had Kobe Escape. We thought he was going to be God in this game. But thankfully for us, Shaq still has stamina issues, and Shaq also just couldn't move well. And this is when we realized no matter what SIGs and stats they give to a big man, they're never really going to be able to move like a little guy in this game. Then we also, towards the end, got a Julius Randle in the road.
And it made me sad, you know. I'm probably the only person in chat sad about this. Because last year, Julius Randle was actually a decent card in the game. He was actually a fairly decent card in the game. And they made him so 99
overall card. And he was so terrible, they had to update his badges.
They made him so mid.
He was so terrible, they had to give him like 7 extra Hall of Fame badges when he first was released. The uproar was so big with that card that he ended up having to be upgraded. Then we finally got a fun card in this game. We got Stevie Francis.
He got a card.
So Steve Francis had his own size up. And he was like the first decent player other than Rose to have a good size up. And then 2K went and gave us one of the best cards in the game for free. A card that is still to this day more than usable. They gave us the free Dark Matter Richard Jefferson. And I remember the way we were all like super hyped about... We were genuinely.
I'm not gonna lie. When I looked at this card on the database, I thought, oh, they gave us Richard Jefferson. My God. Then you saw the 6, like, oh, okay.
Steve Francis because of how he moved. However, Richard Jefferson just has the same dribble 6. They gave him Steve Francis dribble 6, so they were like, we were super hyped at Steve Francis. Then they basically gave us a 6'7", better defensively, bigger, stronger,
fixing your channel,
better jump shot.
2K23, it'll be fixed.
Like Jefferson was still, and still is to this day, unbelievable.
But having your chat fell asleep. Oh, Lord.
And we got these signature packs.
LaMelo was honestly, a god. Facts.
Probably was overrated packs in the game. Wilt was alright. LaMelo was meh. We also got the first time we could...
LaMelo was a god. He was like the rim running god. Pippen was mid, but Wilt was garbage. Like, LaMelo was a god, though.
Choose our limited reward. The 5 reward Dark Matters were the 5 limited reward players, and unless he chose Fultz wasn't even that good, and Fultz was like so much better than the rest. It was unbelievable.
I'm surprised he hasn't. He mentioned it a little bit earlier with
an okay way to end season 6. Not a great way, not a bad way either. And then we also got one last playoff batch of cards. Jimmy Butler was good. I mean, Finney Smith was meh.
That Jimmy Butler was really good.
I mean, other than Jimmy, was there's no really
but Gus Williams
that great, to be completely honest. It was pretty much just Jimmy.
Gus Williams was not a bad card. Come on. Gus Williams
now
wasn't
into season 7, and the devlog again was just kind of more of just saying the rewards. We ended up getting a nice, like, fearless batch of cards.
Oh, no.
We also, in terms of rewards, level 40.
Wait, Tim Hardaway Jr. Do y'all remember that tweet? Oh, my God. I wish I could pull up the tweet. I wish I could pull up that infamous tweet. The Michael Jordan, Tim Hardaway tweet. How much they hyped up Tim Hardaway Jr. Tim Hardaway. Oh, my God.
And Anthony Edwards. Fernando Martin was the prize. He was the card everyone wanted. So clutch time became hell. It became hell. Then going into like season 7, these packs were alright. Like Ferry was good. It also pushed the price of Dark Matters. So no Dark Matters were under 100k. And by the end of these specific packs, Dark Matters were like 70k, which was really cool for just being able to get Dark Matters in your team. Then we also got Z3PO. We got the Quickie Mart Zion, lads. We got the Yellow Arm Zion. I don't know who thought this card art was a good idea, but this was the card that every bot ran for the entirety of Season 7. Every new player ran this card, and he was awful.
Zion.
He was awful. Then Swish Packs came out. Swish Packs came out, and they were very, very interesting because I was just kind of confused, and I'm like,
oh my God.
What are these cards? Because obviously, Peyton was an out of position card. So was Nate. So was Siakam. Nate Thurman was a glitch card, and I didn't understand what the other, and so was Redick, sorry, and I didn't understand what the other two were. Obviously, we had Hero, Stephen Curry.
15 minutes.
And these had equal chance packs as well, except these gave you a 60% chance of getting a Dark Matter, which again was really cool. On the very, very first one that I opened.
Please push pause when you talk. Okay.
On my account.
I keep getting interrupted because I keep seeing someone in chat and then they're triggering me. He like say a triggering comment.
I went and got myself a Stephen Curry. Stephen Curry, while messing around on my green screen and put myself in Miz Kip's background, we went and got ourselves a Stephen Curry. And then there was also a locker code for the Del Curry, for the Seth Curry.
Yawn. I mean, yeah. I mean,
So
when
if
you
you
said
got either of the corners, you were able to get these cards, which I did think was kind of a cool concept. Then on Wednesdays, we got our first exchange reward: 15 TT online games, 30 TT offline
holiday was all right. I'll give him that. He was
games,
all right.
and you got a free Dark Matter.
It wasn't
which
bad.
again was really cool. So about 3 hours of playing over a week. These updated every week. Drew Holiday was a beast. Malik Sealy was a beast. Bob McAdoo was really good. The only one I didn't think was good, Dennis Johnson wasn't good. But Horace Grant was really good. So all of them except Dennis Johnson were genuinely really good players. They were really good players. And a lot of people just got them naturally playing the game, which was cool as well. Then we ended up getting the mural for Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid might be the most disappointing card in all of my team. I got the guy, he wasn't very good. We got a lot of free Dark Matters, a lot of free Galaxy
I agree
Opals.
with that. He was
And
good
these weren't too
early in
bad.
the year.
The only thing I didn't like about these challenges were that they just added domination on the end. They were like, okay, they weren't bad. I was cool with the difficult challenges. And then for some reason they added on a domination at the end, meaning that like the people that weren't good enough to beat the challenges couldn't get the cards, or the people that didn't want to sit through Dom couldn't get the cards. So this definitely was not Gauntlets from 2K21. As much as they want to think it was not Gauntlets 2K21. Then
He said he had to leave at 11. Sally, calm down.
Unfazed came out that same day. Well, the same day Unfazed announced. Luka Doncic, Kawhi, Michael Jordan, Rudy Gay, and even if you go down to the Opals, Eddie Jones, Drazen Petrovic, Popeye
Right,
the
looking
Chicken.
at this actually was good, but Jonathan Isaac was overrated. A lot of people overrated him. A lot of people. Mitch Richmond, I got him on my TTO board. Trying to find Popeye Jones.
A ridiculous batch of cards, lads.
He does.
Absolutely ridiculous batch of cards. And then we have got the new Swish pack. Obviously, there's going to be videos of Ty for
Rudy. Oh, I forgot to mention the Rudy Gay. Rudy Gay was also good as well.
whatever content came out this week, because this was literally the day I thought I was about to die in hospital. I remember very, very vividly seeing the notification on my phone about Swish cards and not being in fearing for my damn life. But then Gamma came out, Bol, Thon Maker.
And underrated card, just gotta say it, because a lot of people hate Bol, but like Bol should have got a better card, and he's still so good. Still
Like,
this
it was Gamma should have been a really good set, but at the end of the day, Gerald Wallace was by far the best player in Gamma. Bol wasn't very good. Thon was okay. These hero cards were okay. Even D-Rob was disappointing. And so was Mikhail. It was just a disappointing set, in my opinion. Troydan then went and opened $3,000 worth of these packs. Yes, he opened $3,000 on stream. And this just kind of showed, again, like Troydan opened like $3,000 in these packs. He's opened, I think it took him $9,000 before he got an endgame card. He opened 3K this day without getting a single invincible card. He only got like 2 Bulls as well in $3,000, which was crazy. It was just Mo Bamba and Thon Maker.
Eric Fisher was him. I cooked you with him. I don't recall that.
Basically every pack time he saw a Dark Matter. Then 2K went and gave us guaranteed Dark Matter packs. However, there was about 40 Dark Matters in the game at this stage. At least 40 Dark.
I mean, I'm surprised the Clyde and Kobe thing hasn't been mentioned. I mean, that was a big freaking thing. Not to be mentioned at all. That thing was pretty huge.
Matters. I guess how many Dark Matters it was possible to pull in these packs?
Unless I missed it.
7 total. Out of the 40, you could only pull 7, and they were the 7 worst Dark Matters in the game. An absolute farce. Every time 2K do this, I hate when they do it, but they just always do. Then 2K added some Evo cards into the game. 2K had done this previously in the season, but like this batch was really, really cool. I really liked when 2K just randomly added Evos, when 2K randomly added Duos. They did it in Season 7 and decided, nah, screw it, we're not going to do it in Season 8. Which would have been nice to have seen anyway. And we got the endgame magic. So 2K announced that endgame magic was going to have the best SIGs. And I was talking, I was like, oh no, these cards can't be that different than Invincible. The only way that these cards are going to be that different than Invincible is if, because
end stream or play.
Too many said best SIGs, they were going to just give them like D Rose or Stevie Francis and like either Curry Slide or Trey Escape, something like that. I didn't think that they were going to give every single one in base tier set shot 25. And I genuinely said that on Twitter. I was like, unless they give every single player base tier set shot 25, they're not going to be that different than like most of the Invincibles.
Yeah.
But no, they gave literally all the end game space 3SH25. Like, we did not know what to expect when it came to this end game Magic Johnson right here, because again, we knew that end game Dirk was coming at this stage. We genuinely were hopeful. I didn't like the end game concept as soon as it was announced, because again, once I saw that the first 3 cards all either are base 3SH25 and they all dribble the exact same, I was kind of worried. But funnily enough, those guys with Stevie Francis...
what we know, you know, it went from Magic to everyone set shot, the copy paste season. Copy and paste.
Size up. They are the only end games with Stevie Francis size up in this entire game, which is kind of mad. So then the Origin packs came out. Origin packs had a few not great Invincibles. They had the Gatekeeper, which is Bill Russell hero card. They also had Dirk Nowitzki, who, if you had the other Dirk, you got this Dirk, which was a great reward, to be honest. And we also got our free Steph Curry that day. And they also gave us Bo Cruz, which was interesting. Obviously, Bo Cruz kind of sucked because his player bill was awful. But they did give us a Bo Cruz that we could grind for a TPO board.
Is that actually true? They did not give very quick to many base. I mean, Korolenko does not have very quick in this game, which is crazy.
TTO vaults, but they decided to never put them on the board of vaults. I somehow got them in a wheel spin. Don't know how to this day. And then that day, I decided to complete the playoff agendas, and it was a regret doing them, because I thought they were going to give us like 5 Golden State Warriors players. But no, they just gave us an Invincible Steph Curry, and this was the last version of Steph Curry we got. We didn't get an endgame Steph. I still don't believe that. And then they also put guaranteed equal chance packs in the auction house. Or
2K just milking their last cent.
In the market for some people. It's only showed up for some people, but like, if you could have an equal chance hero pack, everyone would have bought it, but not everyone got the chance to buy them. Next packs this year
was him. DBG hated him. Bo Cruz was not bad, but he wasn't all that. He wasn't all that, but he was saying he's bad now.
Where Dark Matter
Cade was mid,
Dark Matter. Whereas last year we saw some
because Cade Cunningham could have been one of the best point guards in the game this year. He could have potentially been the best one, but they
only Dark Matters. We also got a couple of Invincibles, and we got endgame Scotty Barnes.
Oh no! Ain't much
Season 8 dev blog. When I was reading through this, I was reading through all the rewards and noticed that they didn't mention anything about actually grinding the game past day 1. So I was in fear. I was in severe fear that we were going to get absolutely nothing from this season. And then one of the journalists who got the original copy of this devlog said that there was originally something about agendas, and 2K took it out, which made me fear even more. So they ended up, to start off this, we knew Kobe Bryant was coming, so this wasn't a surprise to see endgame Kobe. I don't think anyone was really shocked to see that, because they did mention it in the devlog.
This season was just...
But what everyone was shocked to see was the fact that there were 5 Dark Matter Shacks. Everyone was very confused at what this was. Like, when we read the dev blog, they said over a dozen Dark Matter Kobe's and Shacks. Everyone's like, okay, maybe it'll be just like sprinkling them in throughout the season. Maybe it's a typo. No, we got 5 Dark Matter Shacks. And some people thought, okay, maybe it's 5 Dark Matter Shacks and 1 Kobe and some other cards. No.
Jabari was good. Oh my good freaking god. Jabari Smith is a trash can. Stop saying he's freaking good. He sucked. You got your Booker. I got my Booker too, like in July. Okay, that's a freaking problem. I had to wait 5 months spamming their Twitter every day. That's a freaking problem.
It was Kobe and Shaq. So people were very confused at this, including myself. I did not really like the idea. The idea wasn't the worst at the end of the day, but still, doing this for a whole season did not bode well for it being a good season. So many people were so just confused about Kobe's and Shaq's that they didn't really care that much about the rewards. And the rewards were fine. The only thing is though, is that like they were the only end games that didn't really have endgame SIGs, which is kind of a bit disappointing. Like James Harden was the first one that I got on my own account. I got him quite early.
Which I would say is at least they had something different about them. But yeah, they could at least get him. Not even give him a set shot 25. Just give Harden a better jumper. Like, for dear God's sake. Well, I don't know why they kept giving Corey's jumper. Like, it's
but James Harden was just...
There's so many good jumpers. I don't know why they like that one.
He was fine.
He didn't have to have set
I'm not going to say he was this god tier card. He was perfectly fine in this game. Mad. Nothing wrong with the guy. He could play.
He would be a guy.
He was fine. Then we also got endgame point guard Jokic. A very slow release.
You mentioned him a little bit with Zion.
A better player. And it's not even me saying, oh, he needed base here, set to 25. The issue is that Ray Allen on a big man is slow. If they had given him base 110 like they gave Chris Webber, I still think he would have been an absolute beast. And Webber was pretty nice as well. For being
he did the signatures.
Webber was a pretty nice card. And then we also had the weekend of locker codes. Where there was like random missing letters.
Guess
in
who
some
stayed
of them.
up 26 hours and didn't get... I don't like to talk about this, but either. But I appreciate the resub for 29 months.
Screwed. I got a LeBron.
Thank you for the resub, KL.
B as his letter. But this was the weekend where V is for levels, and levels meme became a thing. Like, these locker codes were just... Oh man, it was sitting 10 hours for nothing. It was annoying.
14, 15
then we got LaMelo and Carmelo. This is when people were still kind of a little bit hyped. At this stage, this idea started growing on me because I was like, you know what? I actually do like these two player packs. I just wish we had a little bit more throughout the week, which was kind of, again, disappointing. Because we did get Season 8 cards as well, but they weren't great. Then the Thursday, so 2 days afterwards, we ended up getting a Devin Booker card. So Devin Booker came out, and I thought that this card was going to be the first of the weekly
best
Thursday
card,
locker
the top
codes.
free card.
So I expected
in the
every
game.
Thursday
best
to be getting like
in
a
the game, baby.
Kyrie or one of those guys type code, but I was wrong. Then we got Yao and Giannis, and like for Yao and Giannis to be coming when they did on the 8th of July, 1 week after the launch of the season, you're thinking there's no way 2K can outdo this. There is no way 2K can outdo this. They've screwed themselves. There is absolutely no way they can outdo this. But not even a week later, we got Taco. There's definitely no way they can outdo Taco. So we were expecting like freaking Bol, Manute Bol, all of these cards in.
And we didn't get jack. We got nothing.
But no, 2K went back to realism. They definitely didn't outdo this. They went back to some of the best players ever. Like, we got T-Mac, we got Kawhi, guys like that. And not even an MJ Braun drop could really hype people up. Mainly because Michael Jordan already had a really, really cheap point guard card who everybody knew was a really good card.
I will still say to this day, they should have gave Michael Jordan like 5 different cards with all different SIGs. Like, give one Hard Escape, give one Corey Size Up, give one Stevie Francis. So Steve Francis. I'm telling you, it would have been a W. His promos would have been a free. And LeBron should have had some different SIGs too. Like,
and was basically
gave LeBron Dante
X,
and it would have been a freaking W.
The game kind of sucked. So there was no real hype in general. And then 2K released the Luka Doncic and Kareem packs, and they made all the Luka Doncic and Kareem cards have the Trey Murphy SIGs. And these are the specific Trey Murphy SIGs. If you're wondering, it's like base 67 on normal timing, normal leaner, big dribble style, all the big man dunks. And everyone's like, oh no, they're gonna fix this. They're gonna fix this. They're gonna fix this. It's gonna be fine.
Not all.
But no, Luka Doncic couldn't even move. He was tripping over his own feet while he was dribbling. He didn't even have his own release. He didn't even have the set shot 25. He just had nothing. He was an absolute bona fide scrub. He was a 99 overall day one Trey Murphy, which was extremely disappointing that they didn't change it. It took me making a video for 2K to change it. Until I made the video hours later, nothing. And then 2K just continued to troll us. Right after that, the final endgame. Was it going to be like a fan favorites batch like Manute Bol and Bol? No. Was it going to be a Steph Curry batch, a Jason Tatum batch? Was it going to be a huge batch of endgame cards just to end it all? And they could give us
we're my friendly neighborhood Magic Johnson.
No, they chose to give us Magic Johnson.
I don't know where Magic Johnson
They chose to give us an endgame card we already had. Not only an endgame card we already had, an endgame card that couldn't run. Magic Johnson, there's something wrong with him in game. He is objectively broken.
He
literally can't run. He literally can't run. And 2K decided to give us a scrub who can't run instead of Steph Curry, instead of Jason Tatum, and even made him basically made him smile in the picture. Like, why is he smiling? 2K trolled the living crap out of us, and it wasn't even the biggest troll. So then the next day, I logged in for the option packs. I logged in for the endgame option packs. I ended up getting both of them. I spent a lot of MT on these sets, probably about $250,000 total. I didn't spend like the 400 or 500k some people did, but I should have sold the cards. So Giannis Antetokounmpo was a card that I ended up picking up, and I ended up getting him, and I ended up getting Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. So I didn't get 2 really good cards, but I spent...
Are you still playing Fall Guys? Yeah.
Quite a bit of MT on these 2 cards. It wasn't like I...
300k, and literally in 2 days it became worth it.
I spent quite a lot of MT. So then, the next day, 2K decided to show us who they are giving us for the limited. 2K are giving us scrubs for limited, and 2K announced that these cards are coming the time that 2K were meant to announce content, which meant we were like, oh crap, are we actually getting no content? Was the last content drop on a damn Tuesday? And yeah, it turned out the last content drop was on a Tuesday. In Thursday, for preparation for something, the auction's bots were turned off. There used to be bots that would buy every Dark Matter 8.3k and every Opal at 5.4k. They were turned.
You dang right 2K turned those bots off. You thinking they giving us 100k for each pack? You dang right 2K turned those bots off.
And in the end, 2K released guaranteed endgame packs. Nobody saw this coming. Nobody saw guaranteed endgame packs coming, especially when we thought there's another Friday to go at the start of Season 9. There's another week of content. Like, these packs were pretty good. They made endgames very, very cheap, but again, 2K just went and trolled us the following Monday by letting us spend our tokens on a hero card. And a 1 in 7 chance of getting a card that's worth more than 15k.
Ah, good old 2K.
I'm not even kidding. The worst way to spend our tokens. This was one of our last hurrahs.
Man,
this was one of our last hurrahs.
What happened to the good old days of the token market? Now the token market is so sad. It's pathetic nowadays. Like, what is
content? This scrub pack for 750 tokens.
Oh no.
So Season 9 was the biggest troll of all. Obviously Magic was a big troll. Obviously 2K making us lock in for the endgame cards before giving us guaranteed endgame packs was a troll. Obviously the Invincibles was a troll instead of giving us content. But the biggest troll was Season 9 being able to be purchased for 170k before Season 9. Giving us Invincibles. And not only that, it was 1,000 wins.
You forgot to mention though that they gave Michael Porter Jr. and they gave Michael Porter Jr. and Rashard Lewis like Andrew Wiggins behind the back in freaking August.
1,000 wins is top reward.
Not August, July. Excuse me, July. Because no August.
They made it so if you were playing TT offline, you needed 1,000 wins in order to get Vince Carter. Let me repeat, 1,000 wins for a card that's 50k. 1,000 wins. And it got even worse. It got even worse. 2K went and brought out these packs from previous seasons for 11,000 VC. 11,000 VC.
I know dang well they don't even care they're selling a pack. They just love our reaction. 2K just loves it. Like, they just love our freaking reactions. They ain't dang well. There ain't no one open. They just love our freaking
for Season 1 cards. VC only. Absolutely nuts. Made no sense whatsoever. And then to rub salt in the wounds, an equal chance Invincible pack for 1,000 tokens. And guess what? There were no good Invincibles in the pack. It wasn't like this was Luka and Jordan and stuff. There were no good Invincibles. It was 1,000 tokens for 20k.
And they can make 2K23 anything.
And then I don't know how they did it. I don't know how they did it.
Bad year.
Luka Doncic, endgame. It was the level 40 reward. In fact, was not an endgame card. And you might be saying, oh, he is an endgame card. Nope, he only had 65 Hall of Fame badges and didn't have any of the endgame stakes. I don't know how they did it. But they literally made an endgame card, not an endgame. I don't know how they did it. Surely, they messed up copying and pasting. So anyway, that is the video. Overall this year, I found it a lot more boring than other years in my team. I feel like there was not as much wrong with the game. I think until Season 8, it didn't really have any major low points. Very boring in Season 3. There wasn't as much wrong with it. I think the highs were nowhere near as good. I don't think it did as much.
We reviewed the whole season of my team. And hopefully 2K23, it's a lot better than what the Season 8 and Season 9 had for us. But, I reacted to the whole video. See ya next, the mic control almost fell. See you in the next My Team video. I can barely do it. See y'all. Woo! We watched the whole documentary. The whole doc. We did it. We watched the whole documentary. Oh my goodness gracious. The whole doc. The whole documentary. It was a great. It was so How do we feel about the documentary? Was it touching? You recorded that, yeah, okay. I'm gonna upload it. After I stream, I'm gonna upload it tomorrow. Upload it completely to YouTube.
NGL, that was a terrible